Mm-mm. Oh man. Wow. It is early. Wow. Excuse me. All right. Yo, 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 hip hop heist, man. We are back with another live reaction, man. How y'all doing out there, man? Man, first off, I just want to take a second, man. One of our boys from the studio fell ill on New Year's Eve, man, and is now in a coma. So we just want to send healing energy and prayers to the family uh, of the homie Axel, man. Produced by Axel. Uh, just a bright young kid, man. That had his life cut. I mean, God's plan is God's plan, but we're gonna miss you, Axel. And man, you know this one. You know we're gonna shine your light, bro. So if any of y'all know what I'm talking about, man, just go and reach out, and just send love, man. Send love to Axel's family, man. This is all in real time, man. It don't get easier either. Every loss is just a lesson, but it doesn't get easier, you know. So man, shout out Axel, man. Appreciate you, man. All right, and that just lets you know, man. Life is short, man. You never know when your time is up. So just make them phone calls. You know, make them amends with them people that you really, care about. Um, but yeah, we gonna get into this, man. So this hip hop heist, man. Appreciate y'all being here. Like and subscribe. 6:53 a.m. on the West Coast, Los Angeles to be exact. Came across this individual, Louis B. Mayer, the original Diddy of old Hollywood, but more powerful. That's interesting. I've never heard of this character. People say he was more powerful than Diddy, but was doing some weird, corrupt, dark shit. So I just thought, man, I get on live and share this with y'all. Y'all can watch it along with me. We're gonna react to it. That's what we do. Hip hop heist, man. Reactions every day. And yeah, man. Let's get into it though. Like and subscribe, man. We here, hip hop heist. Story of Louis B. Mayer. Probably. Oh yeah, let's give props to Karen Aldore biographies. She's the one that uploaded this video. So yeah, let's get some knowledge. Let's learn about this character, man. One of the scariest figures in Hollywood has been Louis B. Mayer. He was known as the sinister beast of MGM Studios. And though you have a lot of celebrities and stars of that era that did have a lot of positive to say about him, I'm going to try to be really fair with this video and highlight some of his good deeds too, because as monstrous as he was described by many of the stars, there was some good that he had done also, not only to the entertainment industry, for the entertainment industry, but for his stars. But he was a very scary figure, and a lot of scary stuff here. Like, you think Diddy was bad? You think Weinstein was bad? According to a lot of the stars of the Golden Age, this was the true monster, and he is credited as the one who really made Hollywood. Hollywood would not be Hollywood without Louis B. Mayer. I mean,
He is the reason why we have the Oscars and the Academy Awards. He started that.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to get into some things in this video. But first, hey friend, welcome to my channel, Korean Allude, where we deep dive and break down the most iconic stars through history. If you're not yet subscribed, please be sure to do so. And if you're already subscribed, please turn on your notification bell so you never miss an upload. Now, without further ado, let's get into this video. So Louis B. Mayer's story reads like a Hollywood script in itself. It was complete with humble beginnings, relentless ambition, and eventual superstardom. He was born on July 4th, 1885, in eastern Poland. Mayer was the son of Jewish parents, Jacob and Sarah. Seeking a brighter future, the family moved from their Soviet hometown to Long Island. However, the better life they dreamed of was not possible. Struggling with language barriers and job scarcity, Mayer's mother resorted to selling chickens door to door to make ends meet. Life was far from glamorous for young Louis. At just 12 years old, he dropped out of school to support his family. He initially joined his father in selling scrap metal, but soon branched out on his own. By the early 1900s, Mayer could be seen pushing a cart labeled junk dealer through town. It was a crappy childhood, recalled his nephew Gerald. His family's poverty and his father's limited English left Mayer with the weight of supporting his family.
He was born Lazar Meir, the eldest son of his Jewish parents, Jacob and Sarah Meir, in Russia in 1885.
He apparently did not get along with his father, or thought very little of him. But his mother, he had her chicken soup recipe on the menu in the commissary. I mean, if an actor wanted a raise, all the actor would have to do is say, I'm trying to buy my mother a new house.
His father was a little tiny man with narrow shoulders. You'd never look at him twice. But he had an explosive nature which Mayer inherited.
Desperately poor and hoping for a better life, the family emigrated to a port town in New Brunswick, Canada, when Mayer was 7. But it was from these difficult beginnings that Mayer honed the survival skills that would equip him for the ruthless world of Hollywood.
Despite these hardships, Mayer was driven. With his family predominantly speaking Yiddish at home, self-education was a challenge. Yet he found solace and inspiration at the York Theater.
Man, look at that look at that photo, chat. There's no smile. I think back then they thought smiling was like goofy or some shit. Man, when was smiling created? Is that in the Bible?
Where he often watched vaudeville shows. And by 1904, at 20 years old, Mayer left St. John for Boston, continuing in the scrap metal business and taking various odd jobs to support his family when times were tough. Mayer's big break came when he renovated the dilapidated Gem Theater in Haverhill, Massachusetts, reopening it as the Orpheum on November 28, 1907. To cleanse the venue's seedy reputation, he debuted with a religious film, From the Manger to the Cross, in 1912. Within a few years, Mayer owned all 5 theaters in Haverhill and with Nathan H. Gordon created the Gordon-Mayer Partnership, which controlled the largest theater chain in New England. In 1918, Mayer made a bold move to Los Angeles, forming the Louis B. Mayer Pictures Corporation. His first production, Virtuous Wives, marked the beginning of a legendary career. Teaming up with B.P. Schulberg, they established the Mayer's Schulberg Studio. However, Mayer's real breakthrough came in April 1924 when his company merged with 2 others to form Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. The young Irving Thalberg was also brought into the fold.
Oh, that's MGM. Oh, okay, okay, boom. So he created MGM. That makes sense.
Part owner and vice president in charge of production. Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer quickly became Hollywood's crown jewel. Mayer took the reins, setting budgets, approving productions, and turning MGM into an unstoppable cinematic juggernaut. MGM, under Mayer's leadership, continued to produce successful movies. Mayer made himself head of production as well as studio chief. For the next 10 years, MGM grew and thrived. By 1939, MGM had its golden year, releasing timeless classics like Gone with the Wind, and Gone with the Wind was the most successful movie throughout American history. Like, blew the box office, just blew the box office. Even till today, it's still making numbers. And of course, The Wizard of Oz. Like everyone has seen The Wizard of Oz, mandatory. And even then, The Wizard of Oz was not bigger than Gone with the Wind. And also, Babes in Arms, which were a lot of successful films, came from him, while also debuting Hedy Lamarr, one of Mayer's personal discoveries. Under Mayer's leadership, MGM thrived, and he became the first person in American history to earn $1 million salary. For 9 years, starting in 1937, Mayer was the highest paid man in the United States, earning an astonishing $1,300,000 annually, which was equivalent to over $27 million. Today, what that would be today, that's what that was equivalent to then. No one was getting paid those type of numbers annually in the United States at all. So he was super filthy wealthy. Imagine the immense amount of power that came with. He was a huge deal. Known for his sharp managerial prowess, Mayer had a knack for hiring top-tier talent to do what he couldn't. Mayer's notorious temper was legendary, but those who were closely with him knew his rage was brief. He managed his team with a surprisingly patient hand, preferring to let department heads operate independently. However, if you failed to deliver box office hits consistently, then you were out the door. At its peak in the 1940s, MGM was bustling metropolis unto itself. The studio employed over 6,000 people,
Wow.
and it spanned 185 acres in Culver City, California, and boasted 3 entrances. It housed 40 cameras, 60 sound machines, and operated 6 separate lots, all interconnected by its own rail line. The MGM cafeteria fed over 2,700 people daily, while an in-house electrical plant provided enough power to light a town of 2,500 people, 25,000 people. Adding a touch of Hollywood glamour, MGM even had its own police force, 50 officers strong, larger than Culver City's entire police department, and had its own factory that was producing props for the movies. They employed a lot of people. It reminds me of Disney in Florida. Disney has its own police system, their own little government thingy going on here too. It's similar to that. So that's just to show you how massive MGM Studios was. Anywhere from 16 to 18 movies were being shot at one time. Mayer's hiring practices reflected his empire scale. He hired actors willing to commit to the MGM family for 3 or 7 years. Tempted by the industry's highest salaries only MGM could afford, every actor wanted to work for MGM. They were the only studio that literally could give you a huge salary fresh off the boat, right? But a lot of other studios that were coming up they couldn't compete with those type of salaries, those type of numbers. With executives, Mayer took a more personal approach, insisting on getting to know them before making any commitments. Talent manager Joe Cohn remembered Mayer's wisdom. One time he said to me, "Never be afraid of hiring a fellow smarter than you are. You'll only learn from them," end quote. Mayer prided himself on his ability to spot and nurture talent. Whether it was a producer, a department head, or even a janitor, his hands-off approach created a stable environment at MGM, contrasting sharply with other studios that frequently faced upheavals and reorganizations. This stability fostered a sense of job security among employees, ensuring that MGM remained a well-oiled machine.
Man, it sound good, huh? It's like, but what? It sound good, but it's like, why would you title it that? The original Diddy of Hollywood, but more powerful. So let's see. Maybe they're just going back to his bio, letting us know a little bit more before. Because I mean, the original Diddy. I mean, that's what I'm starting. You know, was he into that weird shit, that PDF shit, that creepy shit? Beating women and shit. He's like, I guess that's to come. We got 28 minutes left.
With MGM releasing a film each week they had a new movie coming out. Mayer never lost his cool over a movie that flopped. If a movie encountered persistent production issues, canceling it was almost never on his agenda. He could afford not to. He trusted his gut and intuition, as actress Esther Williams observed. And although he rarely read full scripts, Mayer could piece together a story's potential success from a brief outline. using his instincts to guide the studio's cinematic output. Now, he had a system with that much money. You don't make that much money without some form of control and order with the stars that are making you that money. The stars were top priority for Louis B. Mayer, and he understood that. Without them, he could not function this well-oiled machine that was MGM. So once you signed with MGM, you are no longer your own person. You belonged to the MGM quote-unquote family. That's what he called it, family. And he had full and utter control over everything you did because you were walking money at this point. If you breathe, if you spit, it was money. And he had control over your spit.
Oh, what?
And I'm not even being funny, as this came out of his own mouth. Mayer helped create what is termed the star system that they still use today. At one point, he explained the process he went through in creating a star, which is like a star development, right? Yeah. He said, and I quote, "The idea of a star being born is bourgeois. A star is made, created, carefully and cold-bloodedly built up from nothing, from nobody. All I ever looked for was a face. If someone looked good to me, I'd have him tested. If a person looked good on film, if he photographed well, we could do the rest. We hired geniuses at makeup, hairdressing, surgeons to slice away a bulge here and there, rubbers to rub away the blubber, clothes designers, lighting experts, coaches for everything, fencing, dancing, walking, talking, sitting, and spitting," end quote. This is the concept of the Hollywood plant. As long as you had the face, hey, you can make us money because you're pretty. You don't need the talent. We'll figure that out for you. He started that whole system because he recognized how shallow we as consumers can be. As long as someone's handsome or pretty, we do not care. We have to change that, ladies and gentlemen, because this is what they do.
The charismatic new executive set out to produce 52 films, one for each week of the year. But to deliver, he would need to build a factory of make-believe, unlike any other. The producer took over the company's sprawling state-of-the-art dream factory in Culver City. But this factory depended on an assembly line of stars to keep it going. Before long, Mayer was not only discovering stars, he was manufacturing them.
He could actually take a nobody and in short order turn them into somebody that was on the public's mind.
Mayer believed that the movie star is a mythological creature who lives in Star Village, and somehow everything about that person is interesting to us.
To polish his stars to a perfect shine, Mayer hired dance teachers, makeup artists, wardrobe personnel, and an army of publicists. He treated his employees like members of a royal family.
I always referred to him as our daddy. Daddy Mayer.
Everybody was Mispuka. That means family in Yiddish.
But for his stars, being a member of the MGM family came at a price. He ruled over them with an iron fist.
Actresses could only have their babies certain periods, when movie production had halted or slowed down.
They must obey him in terms of dieting. If he saw the slightest inkling of weight, they had to go down to snips of lettuce.
And he forced them to sign ironclad contracts.
And you were actually like chattel at that point.
The contracts included...
Oh, chattel. I haven't heard that word in a while. Yeah, so he probably, it sounds like a 360 deal. And he's just like, I own you now. That's crazy, man. Interesting. The employee agrees to conduct himself public conventions and morals and agrees will not do or commit any act or thing that to degrade him in society or bring him into hatred, contempt, scorn, or ridicule. Damn, that's crazy. They really own you, chat.
Morals clause.
If any movie star committed immoral acts or in some way was convicted of an offense that disgraced himself in the studio, the contract could be voided.
Wow. Ruby Mayer's temper was extremely violent. When Betty Garrett came to him and complained that she was being pinned down to a 7-year contract, he told her that she should accept the privilege and smashed her feet so she couldn't walk for days afterwards.
It was a slave system.
And if a star dared disobey him, Mayer would erupt.
Punishment at MGM, you'd be banished from the kingdom. And that didn't mean just you wouldn't work at MGM. You wouldn't work in the picture business, period.
In exchange for their services, however, Mayer offered his stars the ultimate reward.
He made them into even bigger stars than they already were.
By the end of the 1920s, Louis B. Mayer, the man who had broken into showbiz by selling tickets in a two-bit theater, was running not only Hollywood's most powerful studio, he was running Hollywood. And the Academy Awards, an event Mayer had masterminded to create still more publicity for his stars, held its first award ceremony.
So Louis B. Mayer, the puppet master of Hollywood, was notorious for being more than just a studio head. He was an iron-fisted patriarch who micromanaged every aspect of his actors' lives. His control extended far beyond the set, especially with child actors. Mayer dictated where they shopped, dined, and which doctors they visited, offering unsolicited advice on how to better themselves. He controlled the doctors they visited so that he can have information from the doctors about his stars. Like, there was no doctor-patient privilege. No, he had to know every information, and we know that Diddy allegedly did that with Cassie. This was something that was happening long before in Hollywood. When you manage someone, when you wanted full control of them, even their doctors, their dentists, all of that, you had full control of that. You always knew what was going on with their bodies and them at all times. His interference didn't stop at professional guidance. He even arranged marriages and relationships as well as friendships, and dealt with the dark side of fame, including alcoholism, people taking their own lives, or scandalous sensual behaviors. He controlled those things not leaking to the public whenever a star would get out of line and get into trouble. Young starlets like Elizabeth Taylor at the time, which I did a video for also, found Mayer's oversight suffocating. Taylor famously branded him a monster. In contrast, Mickey Rooney, who starred alongside Taylor when she was just 12, saw Mayer as a benevolent dictator. He was the daddy of everybody, Rooney recalled. They always talked badly about Mayer, but he was really a wonderful guy. He listened and you listened. End quote. But not all of Mayer's interactions were fatherly. Some were deeply unsettling and disturbing, especially with Judy Garland, one of MGM's brightest stars. She revealed in her unfinished autobiography that Mayer touched her without her consent when she was still a child. As Garland's personal problems mounted in the late 1940s, addictions to prescription, substances, severe eating disorders, and worsening mental health, Mayer tried to shield her star image while exploiting her for profit. The pressures from MGM, her mother, and the era's lack of understanding regarding diet and substances fueled her suffering. Producer Joe Pasternak once suggested canceling the over-budget film Summer Stock due to Garland's frequent absences. Mayer refused, defending Garland by saying, "Judy Garland has made this studio a fortune in good days, and the least we can do is give her one more chance. If you stop production now, it'll finish her," end quote. It was less an act of kindness, don't think he was being nice, defending her, and more of a last-ditch effort to milk her remaining value for the studio, okay? Garland completed the film even though she was going through a lot of personal turmoil. He groped her, making her sit on his lap and placing his hand on her chest under the guise of teaching her to sing from the heart, and she was only a teen. Mayer cruelly nicknamed her "my little hunchback" due to her short stature and curved spine, pushing her to take diet pills to appear slimmer and less girlish. Mayer's actions left Garland plagued with ED and insecurities, contributing to her tragic premature demise. I will be releasing an updated video for Judy Garland next, in like 2 days, so check that out when I do. I just want to update her video a little bit, so the old one is no longer available. So Louis B. Mayer, the puppet master of MGM, was determined to craft an empire of family-friendly films, complete with starry-eyed child actors and puritanical values. To achieve this, Mayer transformed MGM into a factory full of young child stars, offering education, medical care, and acting tutors within its gilded gates. The studio boasted a roster of child stars including Jackie Cooper, Mickey Rooney, Judy Garland, Elizabeth Taylor, and Roddy McDowall, and many more, making it the epicenter of Hollywood's golden age of child actors. Mayer had a grand vision. His films would reflect an idealized world where marriage was holy, mothers were saints, and beauty and glamour reigned supreme. He made these values clear to everyone he worked with, famously telling screenwriter Francis Marion that he never wanted his wife or daughters to be embarrassed by an MGM film. "I worship good women, honorable men, and saintly mothers," he declared, once knocking director Eric von Stroheim to the floor for daring to say that all women were whores. But Mayer's influences wasn't limited to the silver screen. Behind the scenes, whores.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that guy, chat? That motherfucker, he got some information. You know what's crazy is that he wouldn't make it today. He'd be in prison. Back then, it was Wild Wild West with it was a Wild Wild West with a movie with film production. This motherfucker look greasy though.
But Mayer's influences wasn't limited to the silver screen. Behind the scenes, he had an iron grip over his stars.
I got the Model T or whatever that is. That shit is hard. Look at that. That truck. This car is lit right here. They still got them around too. Was it the Model T or the Model X? I don't know.
Personal lives. He had an open door policy that allowed actors to pour out their problems to him in a judgment-free zone. Mayer gained immense insight into their secrets. One director noted he would prod you and question you and suck you dry of any knowledge. And also with him loving holy women and saintly women. It wasn't because he just loved holy saintly women in his movies that he was showcasing the traditional values of America's, wholesome family. It was because during that era, that's the type of films, family-friendly, puritanical films, what was making the studios the most money. They were what was
Oh yeah, so that's
was most popular. So he pushed that. I don't think it was necessarily just a good deed, but to be fair, nonetheless, it was an era where it's not like today. You wasn't gonna see, premarital or over sensualized youths and stuff. Like a Euphoria during that era would never happen. This control extended to orchestrating his starlet's dating life and even marriage. If a romance bloomed against his wishes, Mayer ended it quickly. Rumors of his villainy are legendary, including one scandalous tale involving Clark Gable, which I did a video for too, and a murder cover-up. Allegedly,
Ooh.
Gable caused a fatal car crash, and Mayer orchestrated a cover-up by finding a patsy to take the fall. Though unconfirmed, the story gives insight to Mayer's sinister reputation.
True story of MGM was that there were numerous affairs going on, there was sexual promiscuity.
And the publicity department basically knew the quote-unquote vice that each star had, and it was simply dealt with.
When reality contradicted the clean, wholesome image Mayer wanted his studio to project, he would stop at nothing to keep the studio's marquee names out of the gossip columns and out of trouble.
Anything unpleasant, whether it be a bad marriage, something sordid in their past, would be glossed over or gotten rid of.
Gable supposedly ran over somebody, maybe even killed the guy.
Even criminal acts were allegedly covered up.
But the private police force covered it up. Gable was too important an investment to let anything like that even be.
Clark Gable. All right, let's bypass that ad and get to these comments. So he created the foundation of Hollywood and the entertainment industry. He started the mess we've seen all these years. That was Jamaican Beauty. Look at Ripperton says the road to Hollywood is pure hell. He's part of that special club. Shocking. Oh man. So I don't.
Mayer's devotion to MGM was
That just tells me too, like corruption been around, manipulation been around. It's like when your company's founded by people like that, man. I don't know. It's dark. It's dark energy right there.
Consuming. His workdays stretch over 12 hours, most of it spent on the studio lot, following advice from fellow mogul William Randolph Hearst. Mayer even built a bungalow that doubled as both an office and living quarters, allowing him to immerse himself entirely in MGM's operations. And let's not forget Mayer.
He looked like the Penguin. Bruh. The Penguin character on Batman is okay. That makes sense.
Role in creating one of Hollywood's most illustrious traditions, the Academy Awards. As a founding force behind the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts, and Sciences, Mayer sought to bring harmony to the film industry, so we can thank him for the Oscars. And Louis B. Mayer didn't just run MGM, he lived, breathed, and manipulated it, shaping Hollywood's golden age while leaving behind a legacy shrouded in both glory and scandal. His iron fist, control, and ruthless tactics ensured MGM's dominance, but they also pointed him as one of the most controversial figures in Tinseltown history. Fun fact, Mayer was also an intense germaphobe and a hypochondriac. He spent his entire life obsessing over his health and made sure to see his doctor every day for around 30 minutes each day. In fact, Mayer treated her better than he treated his stars. She had her own driver that carried her to and from the studio lot for their daily meetups. The post-war years hit MGM like a blockbuster flop, with profits evaporating quickly. By 1947, the once glittering studio had only 6 high-grossing films to its name, a stark drop from 22 the previous year. In a desperate bid to salvage the sinking ship, MGM axed many of its top producers and executives. Even the mighty Louis B. Mayer, renowned as Big Picture Man, felt the squeeze from the studio's parent company to tighten expenses. Under mounting pressures to find a new prodigy similar to Irving Thalberg, Mayer brought in Dori Schary from RKO. Schary started on July 14, 1948, as vice president in charge of production, working under Mayer's scrutinizing gaze. This change signaled stormy seas ahead, with longtime studio insiders predicting MGM's eventual downfall. By August 1951, Mayer's reign came to an end, and by mutual consent with Lowe's, his resignation marked the closing act of Hollywood's Golden Age era. On his final day, a red carpet stretched out in front of the Thalberg building, where executives, actors, and staff lined up to applaud him, reminiscent of a scene from one of his own grand productions. He was so respected, recalled June Caldwell, Eddie Mannix's secretary. In 1952, Mayer took a bold leap into the world of widescreen cinema, becoming chairman of the board and the largest shareholder of Cinerama. He envisioned producing Paint Your Wagon using the revolutionary format. However, this dream fizzled out, and by 1954, Mayer exited Cinerama when the company was sold. Behind the scenes, Mayer's departure was more scandalous than any film plot. His iron grip on MGM had made him both revered and feared, and his exit paved the way for whispers of intrigue and backroom deals. Mayer's attempts to recapture his former glory as an independent producer never quite materialized, leaving a legacy tinged with both triumph and turmoil. As the lights dimmed on Mayer's storied career, Hollywood transitioned into a new era, forever marked by the rise and fall of one of its most formidable power brokers. Now, let's get into his personal life before, we wrap it up. In the scandalous saga of Hollywood mogul Louis B. Mayer, 1904 marked a pivotal year. The young and unproven Mayer married Margaret Schenberg. While still broke and down and out, Schenberg stood by him through the meteoric rise to fame and fortune, sticking it out for a jaw-dropping 43 years, a near eternity in Hollywood terms. Behind the glamorous facade, Mayer ruled his household with an iron fist, much like he did in the cutthroat film industry. As his nephew once stated, "In our family, all the basic decisions were made by him. Were we afraid of him? Yes." End quote. This tyrannical behavior had a dark repercussion on his private life. Mayer had 2 daughters with Margaret, Edith and Irene, but they weren't fond of him. By the end of his life, he was bitterly estranged from Edith, even going so far as to disinherit her from his will due to her husband's liberal political leanings, because he was considered a conservative publicly. And so it was embarrassing that one of his daughters is marrying a liberal man like that.
Fueled by ambition and dreaming of America, Mayer left home and moved to Boston when he was a teenager. There he met his first wife, Margaret Schenberg. The demure Margaret, who came from a well-to-do Jewish family, represented everything he wanted in a woman. The couple married in 1904. Their 2 daughters, Edie and Irene, were born soon after. But when his own marriage began to fall apart, the movie mogul's fatherly image and staunch family values would be called into question. By 1933, Louis B. Mayer, now 48, had settled into the demanding schedule of a movie mogul. His salary of more than $1 million a year made him the highest-paid executive in America. His personal fortune was the equivalent of $40 million today. His family life was beginning to fray.
Margaret Schenberg was a sweet woman in many ways, but was completely lost in the world of glamour of Hollywood.
Her idea of family was the four of them. His idea of family was the entire MGM studio.
When Margaret, now in her early 50s, had a hysterectomy, their marriage deteriorated further. Though he had chastised others for cheating, Mayer now increasingly sought the company of the sexy starlets that passed through his office.
Well, in the 1930s, Louis Mayer became infatuated with Jean Howard. In the later 30s, he found another actress named Beatrice Robertson.
There's one story, Mayer introducing Lena Horne at a press conference. And according to the story, all of a sudden Lena Horne felt Mayer's hand coming underneath the table, going up her skirt, and that was the end of the press conference.
And for whatever reason, these women found this blatant offer of buying their love.
Man, he's savage. Remind me of Trump. When Trump said, grab her by the...
Very upsetting, and would usually break off the relationship with him.
Mayer's relationship with his daughters, Edie and Irene, was also strained. Both daughters married within the movie industry, the only world they knew. In 1930, Edie wed a rising studio executive named William Getz, and Irene married David O. Selznick, a successful independent producer, later known for making Gone with the Wind.
How do you become estranged from your own daughter? I don't know. Mayer's abuse of power wasn't limited to the boardroom. It extended into the bedroom as well. Enter Jean Howard, an actress who caught Mayer's roving eye. When she rejected his advances, Mayer chased her around the room in a desperate attempt to force her affection. When Howard sought refuge in the arms of agent Charles Feldman, Mayer's retaliation was swift and merciless. He banned Feldman from the MGM lot and blacklisted his clients, proving he was the source of losers. But Mayer's obsession with Howard didn't end there. He proposed marriage and promised to divorce his wife if Howard accepted. When she refused, Mayer took it hard, so hard in fact that he reportedly attempted to take his own life by leaping from a window. Margaret Schinberg endured Mayer's infamy. His wife endured all the cheating and infamy for decades until 1947, when she finally called it quits. If Mayer was heartbroken, he had a weird way of showing it. Just a year later, he married his second wife, Lorena Layson, and remained with her until his passing. Mayer's private life was as opulent as his public persona. His St. Cloud Road home in Eastgate, Bel Air was the scene of lavish Sunday brunches that attracted statesmen, former U.S. presidents, and Hollywood elites alike. These gatherings featured buffet suppers, drinks, penny ante, card games, and movie screenings. Mayer himself avoided drinking alcohol, and he wasn't too fond of fine dining and gambling, preferring simpler pleasures. Some say these parties were more for him to collect intel on the guest for future favors or blackmail, and that's why he was always sober, even though everyone else was drunk. In 1951, Mayer's illustrious career was capped with an honorary Oscar from steering MGM for over 25 years. Screenwriter Charles Brackett praised him for guiding MGM's production policy with foresight, aggressiveness, and a real desire for taste and quality, crediting Mayer for nurturing new talent and perfecting the Hollywood star system. Despite his tyrannical methods, Mayer's legacy is complicated. Editor Sam Marks summed it up, saying, "His reputation is far worse than it should be. He had to be strong to do his job, and he couldn't do that without making enemies," end quote. Director Clarence Brown once drew a scandalous comparison between Louis B. Mayer and newspaper magnate William Randolph Hearst, saying, "Louis B. Mayer made more stars than all the rest of the producers in Hollywood put together. He knew how to handle talent. He knew that to be successful, he had to have the most successful people in the business working for him. He was like Hearst in the newspaper business. He made an empire out of the thing," end quote. But karma has a twisted sense of humor, and Mayer's life ended in a torment that rivaled the most tragic of the stars. At 73 years old, leukemia hobbled the once mighty mogul, reducing him to a shadow of his former self. On his last day, Mayer endured a grueling 20 blood transfusions before descending into hallucinations and finally slipping into a coma. It was a grim finale, befitting a man who lived a life of intense highs and scandalous lows.
In the mid-1940s, Mayer, now in his 60s, met the widow of an advertising executive, Lorena Danker, and once again fell in love. This time he would find the joy and companionship he'd been longing for.
And they surprised Hollywood and actually did get married.
Evenings dancing and trips with Lorena took Mayer away from the office, as did his new hobby, horse racing.
There they go. You may be Mayor, tear the horses on.
Stockholders of MGM and Nick Skink at MGM weren't so thrilled that Louis B. Mayer was spending more and more time at the Trek. Why isn't he at the studio?
Alarmed by the studio's sagging bottom line, Skank began to search for a replacement. In 1948, Skank appointed a rising young executive, Dory Sherry, to be associate vice president in charge of production at MGM. Though Sherry reported to Mayer, it was clear to most that he was eager for MGM's aging lion to retire. Mayer attempted to assert control.
He made a fatal phone call to New York and said, look, it's either Sherry or me. And it's all that Nicholas Shank needed to hear.
Within weeks, Mayer was publicly forced out of the studio he had spent a lifetime building.
I think he felt the way many people who build an empire and then lose it feel. Betrayed, unappreciated, angry. After all, here's a man who had been with the studio since the middle of the 1920s.
Exiled from MGM, Mayer attempted to become an independent producer.
And nobody wanted to do business with Louis B. Mayer anymore because he wasn't MGM.
His vision was that one day they would come back begging him, that Dory Sherry would fall on his face, and they would come back begging him, but that never happened.
He worked behind the scenes to try to gather enough stock to buy back power at MGM, and he was exposed at a stockholder meeting.
The stockholders voted against him. It was a devastating blow. By now, the 75-year-old producer's health was also failing. Spots on his lungs had developed into cancer. A week later, on October 29, 1957, Mayer died of leukemia. Thousands of stars, many of whom owed their careers to him, paid tribute to the legendary mogul at his funeral.
And it was considered a sad moment in Hollywood history.
What's tragic is that Louis B. Mayer loved the Hollywood ending. He loved the happy ending, and his own life didn't end that way at all.
However, his name remains synonymous with movie making at its best.
His genius for filmmaking was that he realized that most people's lives are very painful, very difficult, and full of obstacles. And in his films, he would give them an escape from that.
Mayer's influence over American cinema was so profound that biographer Scott Amon observed, Mayer's view of America became America's view of itself, end quote. The glitz, the glamour, the stars, the music, every element of MGM's film reflected Mayer's vision. Audiences around the globe would often applaud at the mere sight of the MGM lion the minute they saw that lion on screen, a testament to Mayer's enduring legacy. At Mayer's funeral in 1957, Hollywood luminary Spencer Tracy captured the essence of Mayer's ambition. The story he wanted to tell was the story of America, the land for which he had an almost furious love, born of gratitude and of contrast with the hatred in the dark land of his boyhood across the seas. It was this love of America that made him an authority on America, end quote. Yet behind the curtains of patriotism and cinematic magic lay a man whose methods were as ruthless as they were effective. Mayer didn't just shape Hollywood, he dominated it, wielding his power with a mix of charisma and cruelty. His rise to the pinnacle of the film industry was paved with broken dreams and shattered lives, a stark contrast to the idealized America he so fervently portrayed on screen. Louis B. Mayer's life was a Hollywood epic in its own right, a tale of triumph, tyranny, and ultimate tragedy. While he crafted the dreams of millions, his own story remains a sobering reminder of the darker side of fame and fortune. And though he crafted the dreams of millions, he also destroyed many, many people along the way. And though I get the articles and people that come out in his defense, family and stuff, a lot of times, like I'm sure even Diddy has family members that would want to come out in his defense because they know Diddy, the family member. But you cannot discredit the stories of so many that these things happen to just because that's your uncle or just because that's your father or grandfather, or whatever the case may be. These are some very scary things, and sometimes we do have people in our family that do some pretty terrible things. So disturbing is disturbing, and you have to call out disturbing things and not make excuses for it. So in the story of Louis B. Mayer, it's controversial. You will find people that feel like, well, it's Hollywood. He had to be like that. These stars were out of control. They needed a strong father figure to get them together. I mean, they were drinking, they were reckless, they were partying, they were cheating on their spouses and being bold about it.
Yeah, but if he ain't the guy to do that. If he's out there getting it too, and when the night comes, you get what I'm saying. It's like, I guess you say, like, yeah, he's like the Harvey Weinstein of that time. But again, there was no social media. There was none of that. So it was word of mouth at that point, you know what I mean? And who they gonna believe, the young star or the old veteran, you know? And I mean that shit's still happening today, man. Let's be real. Hollywood is Holly weird, and but you know, and I'm saying that as far as the industry, not the actual city, because the city's lit. Let's be real, LA's dope, but the industry is dark. You feel me? And what's in the what's done in the dark, what will come to the light. So it's not a big deal at all. God got the last word, man.
They were getting into a lot of trouble. They were, in a sense, like kids, reckless kids with endless amount of money, fame, access to substances, and they needed someone strong to keep them in line. And some people even argue that when they had people like Louis B. Mayer and a couple other studio execs that I'll be doing videos for in the coming future, Hollywood was in better conditions in terms of society was not as demoralized as it is now. Movies were not as crazy as it is now. There was some form of wholesomeness, you know, with good values in them, and morality was not where it's at now, at an all-time low now. Those things wouldn't have flied back then. And that goes to the comment, should we bring back shame? But guys, the sad reality is, though the movies were wholesome and had American values, behind the scenes, these people were terrible. They were terrible, and whatever image they were portraying on screen to you in their films, on camera, that's not how they were in their real lives. And off camera, they were pretty terrible people. So I don't know. There was never an era of true wholesomeness, if you say. It was pretty bad all the time. All the time. There was never a great era, really. Even biblically, I mean, down to the Israelites in the wilderness. It was just some terrible times, right? There was never that era. Though it's a lot worse, yes, today. But I don't know. It's no justification to have the Louis B. Mayers of the world. And just know that there are many more Louis B. Mayers of the world in Hollywood today that still rule with an iron fist. In the comments below, I will pin my video on Fixers that I did, Hollywood Fixers, and that one's very interesting. You won't want to miss that one. Check that out. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. If you like the music you're listening to, the link is in the description. I'll see you guys on the next one.
Hell yeah. So I want to read this real quick.
Were you recently injured in a car accident?
All right. Yeah, honestly, the way I react to that video is that this dude, yeah, he was what's happening now, but of that time. He wouldn't have made it through the Me Too movement. Let's just say that. Damn, he was, man, excuse me. He was born on July 12th, 1884. Damn. He was a Canadian-American film producer and co-founder of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer Studios, MGM, in 1924. Under Mayer's management, MGM became the film industry's most prestigious movie studio, accumulating the largest concentration of leading writers, directors, and stars in Hollywood. Mayer was born in the Russian Empire and grew up poor in St. John, New Brunswick. He quit school at 12 to support his family and later moved to Boston and purchased and renovated a small vaudeville theater in Haverhill, Massachusetts. He renovated and expanded several other theaters in Boston. Alright, so Mayer handled the business of running the studio, such as setting budgets and approving new productions, while Thalberg, still in his 20s, supervised all MGM productions. He was controversial for his treatment of the actors under his management, demanding compliance from female stars by threatening their livelihoods, such as in the case of Judy Garland, whom he forced to go on diets, take drugs, and work punishing schedules. Mayer was forced to resign as MGM's vice president in 1951 when the studio's parent company, Lowe's Inc., wanted to improve declining profits. A staunch conservative, Mayer at one time was the chairman of the California Republican Party. In 1927, he was one of the founders of AMPAS, famous for its annual Academy Awards. What's AMPMS? Oh, Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. He was one of the founders. Wow. So, man, yeah, he did some things that still hold up today. But he definitely, you know, like Judy Garland, he made her take pills. Told her she was fat all the time. Come on, man. You can't tell Judy Garland she's fat. You can't tell nobody they fat. They already know they fat if they fat. Leave them alone, man. His father started a scrap metal business, J. Meyer and Son. That's a hard-ass name, J. Meyer and Son. An immigrant unskilled in any trade, he struggled to earn a living. Lewis quit school at age 12 to work with his father and help support his family. Wow. Mayer renovated the Gym Theater, a rundown 600-seat burlesque house in Massachusetts, which he reopened as the Orpheum, his first movie theater, to overcome an unfavorable reputation that the building had. Mayer opened with the religious film at his new Orpheum. See, he's brilliant. From the manger to the cross. Ooh, that's a crazy ass. That's a fire ass title though. Nuts. Interesting. Yeah, man. Okay. That's interesting.
Truly believe that guy. Having looked him in the eye, shake his hand. What do you think? Do you think that he's lying? Because it sounds like that's what you're suggesting is possible.
I don't know. Witsit at all. I never seen anything. I don't know.
Can I just say,
you don't know that guy?
Yeah, I'm gonna say this here. This is what I'm going to say, and it's I don't watch anybody's stuff. When this happened, I go, I would like to hear what Owen Benjamin has to say on it. So I went to Owen Benjamin's page to watch that, and what his response I thought was a good response. And what he said,
he interviewed Austin from the event. He live interviewed.
So what I think he said is, I don't know. This probably ends a model of flat Earth. And Austin answered the phone from there, but the round Earth model has been debunked. It just has been. I mean, people get mad at me for saying that, but like you can go off on what the 24-hour sun means to the flat Earth situation, but these long range scopes have destroyed the notion that there's curvature. It's just done it. So I don't know what the answer is. That's my opinion.
One thing I know is there's that experiment, whether it was real, whether it was fake. I have no proof of anything. I don't know shit. The one thing I know 1,000,000% is we are not on a spinning ball shooting through fucking space. There's no way. We're fucking still. We're fucking still. We're not moving. We're not on a spinning ball shooting through space. I don't know what that 24-hour sun thing in Antarctica proves. Maybe it was fake. Maybe it was real. I don't know. Maybe Andrew Whitset is legit. Maybe he's not. I don't know. I don't know shit. But there's no way you're going to convince me that we're on a fucking spinning ball shooting through space. There's no way you're going to convince me of that shit.
Yo, shout out.
That's my opinion.
Eddie Bravo, though.
Well, I just don't believe we are in a spinning ball. There's just nothing tells me that there is.
We're
And
fucking still as fuck. They're trying to tell us that we're spinning in 4 different directions at speeds you can't see. We're spinning on our own axis 1,000 miles an hour. We're spinning around the sun at 60,000 miles an hour. We're spinning around the center of the galaxy at 600,000 miles an hour. And the galaxy is spinning 1,000,000 miles an hour through the universe. No fucking way. There's no fucking way anybody's going to convince me we're on a ball spinning through space at 4 different directions at blinding speeds that you can't fucking see. Yet we're not moving. There's nothing moving. We're still. So I don't give a fuck what that experiment proves. I don't know if it was real or it was fake, but they're faking a lot of shit out there, dog. They're faking a lot of shit out there. The ISS, they fake that every day. They fake the moon missions. All of them. They faking all that shit. And I don't know if this is fake or not. I don't know. Maybe there's 2 suns. Maybe
It
there's.
does matter if it's real. It does matter if it's real. You're acting like it doesn't matter, but it does matter. It changes the model. We need, and it's important. Would you agree it's important that we know the nature of our reality? I think it is.
Of course that's important. But there's no way you're going to convince me that we're on a ball spinning 4 different directions and blinding. You can't convince me of that.
I agree with that.
Right, but if there is a place on the Earth where you can watch the sun spin in the sky for 24 hours, then that changes what we know. I mean, that app, David White, doesn't account for that.
It changes a particular model.
There's a lot of fakery going on.
I agree, Sam.
Over the place. I'm not going to believe, there's so much fakery all over the fucking place.
Right.
Our news is 100% fake.
Right. Yeah, and they put the news on every, bro. Where I live in LA, they have news every 30 minutes. There's a new show every 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes you got breakfast news, you got midday news, you got early afternoon news, then nightly news, then late night news. And all that shit is just a script to push an agenda. Like, how the fuck can you say you know? That's what Eddie Bravo's saying. Like, I don't fucking know. Anything is possible, especially right now.
Our news is 100% fake. So, to think that this, there's no way this is fake, I don't know. Even if there's 5% chance of it, I don't know.
I met the guy. Let me clarify that. I've talked on the phone, I think, a couple times. I'm 99% sure it was a conversation, not just text and email. But that Jannerism guy.
Jaronism, yeah.
Jaronism. Now, I was asked to do stand-up on a Zoom meeting for this Flat Earth group. It was great. I talked to that guy. He was a nice guy. I'm just going to say that. He was a nice guy. Here's what I'm going to say. There is weird things with that. One is he is a part of both of these very high, what's the word I'm looking for? When something is seen by a lot of people, high
profile,
okay, events involving flat earthers kind of being shown that their calculations don't work. So he's part of both of the big ones he's involved with. And the other thing that I found very interesting, and again, the times have interacted with this guy, he's a nice dude, is that dude, Jannerism, paid back $40,000 to the guy that took him up there to do it. That to me is interesting to me because I don't know why you would pay somebody that money back if your brand just got crushed, right?
I don't believe shit. They fake the ISS all the time. They fake the moon missions. I don't know what's going on. You're just not going to convince me we're on a ball spinning through fucking space at ridiculous speeds. I don't give a fuck how many suns you see in the sky.
Yeah, but nobody's trying to Austin now is not saying that the world is round either. He's just saying we have to account for this in our model because I saw it. Now, we were told by a lot of people that you couldn't even go to Antarctica to do this kind of thing. And it sounds like there are private tours set up all the time, and they'll let you go do pretty much what you want down there.
And no. If it was a psyop, yeah, it would be super easy. If it was a psyop, right? If it was funded by, who knows who it was funded by? And they say, oh no, we funded it independently. How do you know who the fuck funded it?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Of course. Like, how do you know? Like, you don't know who funded it.
I don't know why you pay back the money. Why?
No, that's weird. Yeah.
Pay back 40 grand. You don't have to.
Maybe he's killing it, dude. I mean, I don't know his financial situation. Maybe he's just because it was a pastor. This guy's a pastor who organized all this. So I don't know where his money comes. I mean, why is a pastor got?
Okay, look. Think about that though. He has a whole angle now. In the Bible, the earth is round, and if you're a pastor and you preaching against the globe, you're preaching against the flat earth. So all this guy's channel, let's look it up real quick, actually. While we're here, while I have you in my office, let's look this up. And it's called The Final Experiment. Fuck it, let's get it. Yeah, man, Hip Hop News, like and subscribe, man. Hip Hop Heist, we really back. Fullerton, California plane crash update. What? I didn't see this. Alright, we taking a turn real quick. I gotta look this up.
It was construction was completed in 2011. It's a 4-seat, single-engine aluminum airplane, and it was based out of Fullerton Airport. So the airplane departed from runway 24 at Fullerton about 2 p.m. this afternoon, climbed straight ahead to about 900 feet, and a short time later, the pilot called for an immediate return to the airport. The tower controller then cleared the pilot to land.
Oh, what the fuck?
The airplane then appeared to make a 180-degree left turn and flew the left downwind for runway 24, and ultimately crashed about 1,000 feet short of runway 24. Struck a furniture building and immediately caught fire. And so far we have 2 confirmed fatalities, but we don't have any names or IDs. The coroner will be able to provide that at some point in the future. The plan is to continue the on-scene investigation tomorrow within the facility, and then have the airplane recovered probably tomorrow evening or late afternoon. And then the investigation will continue at a remote storage facility throughout the weekend. Preliminary report should be on our website, that's ntsb.gov, in about 14 days. And then the final factual report will take about 12 to 18 months to complete. So with that, any questions?
Did the pilot actually state the reason for the emergency or what he believed the emergency was?
No, pilot just said ask for an immediate return to the airport.
And he was clear, there was nothing standing in his way at all. He just had a clear line of sight to the airport. But he just didn't.
It was at 900 feet, so this would have been about traffic pattern altitude, so you can presume that it was clear.
If he lost power, would he be able to have made it all the way in, do you think? Or
it's a little bit too early to make those kind of assumptions based on the data we have.
2 souls on board, pilot and...
Well, all we can say right now is 2 fatalities. We don't have any IDs, so we can't confirm.
We don't know how many people were on board of the plane?
4 on board the plane.
We're not sure yet.
Hey,
so because we don't
2025 is crazy already.
have IDs, we can't really confirm whether they were.
On board or on the ground?
We don't know because we haven't been able to ID them yet.
Do the noise regulations in the airport, just like in Santa Monica, have anything?
After RV10, registration number. I see. It would be. I would say no at this point, but it's a little too early to make any kind of judgment.
Wait, what did they edit?
V10.
They
Yeah.
edited
Do the
it.
noise
See how they went to another clip as he was asking that question? They're hiding something.
regulations in the airport, just like in Santa Monica, have anything?
After RV10, registration number. I see. It would be. I would say no at this point, but it's a little too early to make any kind of judgment along those lines, or compare it to Santa Monica.
Question
The plane didn't have an airworthiness certificate. What does that mean?
Oh, it did. No, so it was it's a kit-built airplane. It's a very popular airplane. There's about 1,100 of them have been built, and about 11,000 Vans aircraft have been built. So it's a pretty popular kit-built airplane.
Because on what we pulled up, it said the airworthiness certificate that. So is that just?
It would be an experimental airplane, so we'd have to look into that in a little bit more detail. But it's a pretty standard airplane, and it's been flying for a long time.
Can you explain what is a kit airplane for some of us that are not experts in aviation?
Yeah, so it's basically, it is what it is. It's actually a kit airplane that the owner of the airplane can build and maintain themselves. Provided they built it, they can continue to maintain it.
So this dude bought a fucking Walmart airplane, put it together. Oh man, what are we doing? Put it together and flew it and crashed and killed people. Why are you able to build your own plane? You buy a kit from Home Depot? Come on, dude. Buy, you know, them little wood derby cars you could buy, or it's like a little kit, or maybe like a birdhouse you put together. They got kits at Home Depot, all with everything. Oh man, you can, bro. That's crazy. So I wonder what this is about, man, because the other day we had homeboy in the Tesla truck. He was a Marine. He said this is all for some. We had dudes on, we had ISIS guy coming, you know, what was his name? With a dude in New Orleans. So 2025, man, you gotta watch it. You gotta be aware and be careful out there, man, because every moment is like, seems like it's crucial right now. You never know what's going on right now. Or maybe they harvesting. Maybe they harvesting for, they're getting a kick on the numbers, man. You know, because everything is a sacrifice. So, who knows, man? This is interesting.
It's just a kit airplane. The FAA, once it's been built, it's then inspected by either an FAA inspector or someone who's designated to work on behalf of the FAA. And then it's approved for flying, yeah.
But then even that, you can, what if that dude from the FFA is your homie? He might not even look. Y'all sipping back beers. He's like, yo, the pilot's like, yo, I put my plane together. I need that certification. Come over. I'll buy the pack of brew. Dude brings the brew. And now the FFA guy and the pilot are faded. He's like, yeah, the plane's good, bro. Now let's get back to having a good night with these strippers. And so that's what happened. Yeah, that's what happened.
Pretty common. Very common. It's about 11,000 of these type of airplanes. 11,000 Vans aircraft flying, and about 1,100 RV-10 airplanes flying. So, yeah, in the world. So it's very common.
Do they have a good safety record for the most part?
It's not really the place to talk about this company's safety record at this point.
From a reliability standpoint, airworthiness, if we had.
Again, it's a little early to be talking about reliability and airworthiness, I think, for this briefing.
As many you said, how many of them have crashed?
Oh, I don't know the number off the top of my head. But kit-built airplanes? Yeah. Since the beginning of aviation, essentially, yeah.
Do you know if this particular plane had issues before?
I don't. Not at this point. No. We're gonna locate the maintenance records, confirm that the airplane was current for its maintenance, and we'll really take it from there.
I may have misheard, but someone asked, did the plane lose power?
We're not. That's what we'll be looking into. The pilot simply said that he needed to return to the airport.
What did the flight plan say? Where were they headed?
So it's visual flight rules. There's no requirement to have a flight plan. So we don't know where the airplane was flying to at this point.
Total amount of time from takeoff to the point where we had, unfortunately, the crash. What was it? Less than 10 minutes?
Oh, less than 10 minutes. Yeah, I don't have the exact number. It was less than 10
I
minutes.
was listening on the radio on
Yeah.
a station, by the way, the recording of the tower.
Yeah. That's where we're getting our primary timing from, the recording of the tower.
What you heard?
Not really. No, it's.
Given the weather conditions at the time, there's no indication that they didn't.
No, it was great weather. No, it doesn't appear that weather played a part at this point. It was, 80 degrees, nice day, clear skies.
Question for the fire department, if they could come forward for a second. Is there any problems with the building itself from a safety, structural integrity standpoint at this point? Has it been inspected? People go back in there.
Mustache handlebar. Cuz got the mustache, Harley Davidson chopper mustache.
Tomorrow, or is it going to be closed for?
Can you identify yourself, please?
Sure, my name is Mike Meacham. I'm a Deputy Chief of Fire Operations for the City of Fullerton.
Regarding the integrity of the building.
So yeah, the integrity of the building. So the building has been red tagged by the building department. There was significant damage to the roof system. And for those reasons, and the fire protection system, for those reasons, we won't be allowing anybody in the building to do any work other than the investigators and the building department to do those inspections.
Are we talking perhaps 3 or 4 days or more for it to be reoccupied or the cleanup crews to go in?
That'll be up to the building owner. The building will be turned back over to the property owner as soon as the NTSB is done with their investigation on the inside. They'll be turning it back over to them, and it'll be up to the property owner at how fast they occupy the building again.
How much damage was there done both by fire and, of course, impact damage to the roof of the area? Were you able to take a look at all?
Yeah, it would be hard to quantify how much damage, but there's significant damage to a portion of the building, both from the impact and from fire.
The owner of the warehouse said that all of his people were accounted for and they were all unharmed. They possibly minor injuries to the hospital. Talk to me about how rare that might be, which a fiery crash that we saw going into that building full of people.
I'm not sure how many people he has confirmed. The Fullerton Fire Department and the surrounding agencies, Orange County Fire, Anaheim, Huntington Beach, Fountain Valley, some other area resources, they treated and transported 20 people. Not all people were transported. Some people did sign out AMA, but we did transport several people to the hospital with varying degrees of injuries.
You're saying 20 now. Earlier we had 18, 10 hospitalized, 8 signed out, basically.
Yeah, our numbers right now are 20.
And of those, 10 in the hospital, 10 signed out?
I don't know what the breakdown is of how many. It's too early for me to go back through that paperwork.
Total of 20 injuries.
20 people were treated.
And sir, a worker had described inside that when the plane crashed, they ran out and they saw some other co-workers dousing fellow co-workers with fire extinguishers. Is that your understanding?
I wasn't here at that time when that happened. I don't know what those first eyewitness accounts were.
Were the two fatalities, were they pronounced dead here at the scene, or were they transferred?
That's information that we're not releasing yet.
So can you just confirm, the 20 people, does that include the 2 people who passed away?
That does not.
Okay.
So it's 20 and 2.
Yes. To the best of my knowledge, we're at 20 and 2 at this moment.
And just to confirm with the NTSB, we're not saying,
Hey,
we don't know how many people
50, man. Earlier they said
were in the plane, or we're not.
No, we don't know. We can't because we don't have any identifications.
Can you talk at all about whether or not this plane had...
What I'm tripping on is how come it, like right here, you can see right here where my mouse is. It like crashed into like a square or something. Like it just like went straight. It just like went in this little square. You see it? And then look, okay, this is the fire department. They put holes all the way this way. Like these lines right here. That's the fire department. Yeah, I took a fire department class when I was in college. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all still with me, man? Hit that like and subscribe. I feel it. We about to go for 8 hours today. Y'all, I need y'all to like and subscribe, man. Appreciate y'all though. So I don't know.
I'll let the NTSB have.
Oh yeah, no, it's built in 2011, and the owner is based in Fullerton. So yeah, I don't have the exact time. We'll know when we look at the maintenance logbooks, but it has flown before. Yes.
Is this type of aircraft one that you only the person that built it can fly it?
Oh no, anyone can fly it.
Any pilot?
Anyone can fly it. Yeah.
Because there's unofficial reports that the pilot is in the hospital. Do we know anything about that?
I've not heard about that. No. It was at 900 feet.
Talking all about whether or not this plane had been flown before and it was built in 2011 and then
I'll let the NTSB have.
Oh yeah, no, it's built in 2011, and the owner is based in Fullerton. So yeah, I don't have the exact time. We'll know when we look at the maintenance logbooks, but it has flown before. Yes.
Is this type of aircraft one that you only the person that built it can fly it?
Oh no, anyone can fly it.
Any pilot?
Anyone can fly it. Yeah.
Because there's unofficial reports that the pilot is in the hospital. Do we know anything about that?
I've not heard about that. No.
What is the range of this kit-built aircraft?
It could fly. Off the top of my head, this is time range. It could probably fly to 5 to 6 hours, at approaching 200 knots. So.
And again, will you just say the type of this kit?
Yeah, it's a Vans aircraft RV-10. So Romeo Victor 10.
Spell that name.
Yeah, Vans aircraft Victor Alpha November Sierra aircraft, and it's Romeo Victor 10.
Romeo what?
Victor 10, and you have the registration number. You can look it up on the FAA database, and that'll give you the exact more details.
This type of aircraft doesn't have a black box, does it?
No, it doesn't. It's not required to, but it has a fair amount of electronics on board that we can often extract data from pertaining to the flight.
And to recap all this, so the next step for you is to keep investigating. What are you going to base your next your findings on? The recordings of the
combination of everything. So we'll obviously be looking at the wreckage tomorrow on scene within the factory, documenting as much as we possibly can. We'll be walking around trying to get video camera footage, talking to witnesses. We'll be extracting the electronic data that's on board. And then from there, we'll remove it and we'll do a far more forensic investigation in a remote facility. Those are really the basic steps.
Just to be clear, when the pilot said they needed to return immediately after flying the aircraft.
Okay, chat. So this is the Kitlands RV-10, incredible 4-seat comfort, speed, and capacity. That looked like a kid plane. Kit order form. Download brochure. Latest safety and service info. This is the website of the airplane that crashed. So yeah, let's keep it going. Let's get the.
Said, yeah, this area is clear to land.
Yeah, immediately presumed there was an emergency. Actually stated the tower said immediate return. Yes, confirmed that they could immediately land any runway. The tower clearly knew there was a problem. The tower controller.
Can you explain briefly? You said that this type of aircraft has no black box, but you're going to retrieve some electronic information from the plane?
Yeah, it has a fair amount of electronic avionics on board. It's got a primary flight display, so essentially an electronic panel, a flight panel that shows most of avionics, engine information, altitude, speed, everything. And generally those devices record data. So that's something we use.
So I did actually have just a follow-up question. Earlier we were told that the injuries were moderate to minor. You said varying degrees. So were there more serious injuries too, or?
Yeah, varying degrees from moderate to serious, and obviously with 2 fatalities, that's fairly serious. So we want to make sure that we don't give you guys information that's not accurate. So we did have minor injuries, and we did have very serious injuries as well. And I do want to clarify, it was 19 patients were treated with 2 fatalities for a total of 21. 21.
And out of those people,
hey man, shout out Handlebar Mustache for the update. Because he said 22 earlier, but now he had to recant. They don't usually do this. I think Handlebars is a good. He probably got a good head on his shoulders.
Some of them were life-threatening, or we don't know.
I don't know. That I don't know. I just know that we transported several people to the hospital. We treated 19, and then we had the 2 fatalities for a total of 21.
Dana White in the back. This Dana White? You look like Dana White, BJ Penn, and Dan Henderson. Yo. Why does he look like Dana White, BJ Penn, and Dan Henderson? Come on.
The people who you treated on scene and released.
I don't have that information of how many people were treated and what those injuries were. In an incident like this, when you're dealing with that many victims, the rapid transport is paramount to that success. So we transport those patients very quickly with limited information gathered about the patients. The paramedics and the EMTs are focused on treating what they see and getting them to the hospitals. Yeah, you're welcome.
One more thing we didn't ask you. When the pilot, I'm sorry, this is for NTSB.
Pilot?
When the pilot made that change, that 180-degree turn to go back to the airport,
Yeah.
was there anything in his overall way? Any instruction, any other flight?
No, it was at the not that we're aware of. And again, it's within the traffic pattern at the traffic pattern altitude, so there wouldn't have been any physical obstruction. As far as other aircraft, it's too early to tell right now. It was a busy day at the airport.
You mentioned at the beginning of the press conference that you will have findings, and you said months?
Yeah, so 14 days for a preliminary report, and then the final report, 12 to 18 months.
12 to 18.
Yeah, on ntsb.gov.
Spell your first and last name again?
Yeah, ELIOTT SIMPSON.
S-I-N?
M. Simpson. SIMPSON. Yeah. Okay.
Say it one more time. Your whole name?
Yeah, Elliot Simpson.
Elliot.
Great.
And,
Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Yo, interesting, man. Every day this year, something's brewing, man. Yeah, let's bypass that ad. This is a bomb squad returned home after New Orleans terror. Suspect, man. Why would you run over people like that? You dummy.
FBI agents and Harris County Sheriff's deputies were back at the Northwest Side home of the man who ran over and killed 14 people in New Orleans on New Year's Day.
We have team coverage for you. Fox's Bowen Kedrowitz is in New Orleans, but we do begin with Fox 26's Domley Keith, who is live at the scene of today's search. And Domley, big question was, why were deputies back out there again today?
Yeah, Rashi, a source tells Fox News the Harris County Sheriff's Office bomb squad was here.
Bro, do you guys see this guy over here? Bro, watch. Bro, what is this little man? Is this a real little man? Or am I tripping? Bro, do y'all see this little man? Watch. Am I tripping or not? This motherfucker. Yo. Chat, y'all see this little man? What the fuck is going on? Look how tiny he is. He looks like the dude off Willy Wonka. The little guys. Bro, what's going on? Am I tripping? I didn't even eat mushrooms today. That man is a little man, bro. What is he doing back there? Why you got some 2006? Why you got some 2006 beige? You got the 10, the Airfax. You don't got the Air Max. I was wearing the Airfax.
Collecting evidence here at the Northwest Houston home of Shadeen Jabbar. Now, this comes after the door to the home was left open most of the day yesterday, and people were recording video. Some even went inside. Sources also say chemicals typically used for making homemade explosives were discovered during that initial raid on New Year's Day. We caught up with Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick not far from the accused killer's home.
I was acting governor on New Year's Day. Governor Abbott was out of state. Our law enforcement in Texas was on top of it so fast that house was under surveillance early.
The home of Shamsuddin Jabbar was raided on New Year's Day after the FBI says Dean Jabbar ran down and killed 14 people on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. But why not collect everything in that first seizure? A vehicle was towed from the property during this secondary search of the Houston home of a military veteran who's now terrorized our nation after once serving it.
The radicalizing of someone who once fought for our country, and I saw this morning where he actually got a medal about being, a medal for his work in anti-terrorism, is a danger we face in this country.
Even as the FBI and Harris County Sheriff's deputies were back at Dean Jabbar's Houston home, Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick was a few miles away, swearing in nearly the entire force of Harris County Precinct 4 Constable's office.
I state your name. Do solemnly swear.
We had a little over 500 deputy constables here today. There was another 200 and something still on the street. Normally it's me giving the oath of office to my people. I started thinking, I said, I want to be sworn in with my people.
The Precinct 4 Constable's office, they're now the 11th largest law enforcement office in the state of Texas?
Yeah. Out of 2,700. They protect, over 1 million people in Northwest Harris County.
We have over 40 crime initiatives planned out through the year, in addition to deputies patrolling.
Every day they go to work. They put their life on the line for us.
Now the deputies head to serve and protect us from people just like the man who seemed to simply be a fellow Houstonian, but the FBI says he carried out the unthinkable.
Hey, that's a scary looking individual, cuz he do not care about shit. Shamsuddin Jabbar. How do you, bro? I guess if you're doing it for a cause, I don't know, but I'm just saying, I want to live, and I don't want people to die. So why would you do that? Why would this guy do that? He don't care about people. That part is crazy to me. What a fucking savage, bro.
Didn't Candace Owens have something to do with this?
Well, no, she came on later. Well, she sent a producer down there to shoot the whole thing. So we're gonna have amazing video eventually. I assume like some mini documentary or something that she produced.
You know what? The Earth is measured flat. It's always measured. There's no curvature. How would you measure the Earth flat if it's a fucking ball? Answer me that.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Earth is measured flat. Any way you measure the Earth, it's flat. How do you measure it flat?
How could you measure a flat Earth, though? A flat Earth would presumably go on forever, right?
I think he's talking about like how airplanes fly. They fly like on a flat, like it's all flat. Like when they look at the map, it's flat, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but the airplane routes don't make any sense on a flat plane. None of the routes make sense. Like especially the ones that once you get down near Antarctica, they don't make any sense.
What you just said is the opposite. Airplanes don't make sense at all on a rounder.
Well, I'm talking about the routes, not how the actual propulsion and how they stay aloft.
All the routes are flat. Everything. The Earth is measured flat. Okay. All angles are flat. Anytime you triangulate a fucking Polaris, everything is flat. There's no curvature in angles. As soon as there's a curvature in an angle, it's not an angle. Everything is flat. Everything is flat. The Earth is measured flat.
Hey,
yeah, I get it.
If there's a curvature at an angle, that's not an angle. That's not a right angle. Everything is flat.
You probably could have gone, Eddie. You know that if you wanted to.
No, I don't want to go.
They would have had you.
I
really wish you had gone.
I do not want to go. Don't ask me to go. I don't want to go.
I think we were in Cancun crushing it, buddy. That's where we were. We were in Cancun.
All you would have to do if you were like the Illuminati. If you were the Illuminati, NASA, Illuminati, all you have to do is get...
Yo, Hip Hop Heist, like and subscribe, man. this Eddie Bravo talking about the Earth. This channel called The Final Experiment went out to Antarctica, filmed the 24-hour sun, and they're saying that you couldn't do that if it was round. Or no, that's not what they're talking about. They're talking about if the Earth is round or flat. But we're gonna get into that to the Final Experiment YouTube channel after this, just so we can know the context of what they're talking about.
The top flat earthers put a gun to their head, tell them they're gonna fucking ruin their life, and give them $100 million. You think that you don't think they would do that?
What?
Yeah.
$100 million is nothing. They get $19 billion a year. NASA gets $19 billion. You don't think they go like $100 million? You don't think these guys would agree to that? I don't know. I don't know what happened. But the fact that there's a little doubt, I don't believe shit. Because there's no way you're going to convince me that we're on a fucking ball spinning 600,000 miles an hour. Get the fuck out of here. You're not going to convince me of that shit. They're faking shit all the time. All they do is fake shit. The news, 100% fake. They just, history, 100% fake. History's fake. You don't think they're going to fake this? This would be easy to fake. Oh my God, this is like fucking easy to fake. Oh my God, give me $1 billion. Give me $1 billion. I'll fake this shit easy. $1 billion? Shit. Easy. Give everybody $100 million. Everybody would shut the fuck up. So easy.
I'm in on all of it. So we did drones, we did explosions, we did flat Earth. Is there anything else? Have we missed anything else in 2020?
Well, did you finish the New Orleans thing? I mean,
yeah. Well, the New Orleans thing is that this guy rents a car, rents it from the same exact rental company, which is kind of like the Airbnb of cars, where you could rent somebody's car.
Get around. Is that what they used? Or Toro?
Yeah, Toro.
Yeah, Turo. Yeah, that's I use that all the time. They banned me, by the way. I've been banned from Turo. If that gives me some credibility.
Johnny, I get it. I would ban you too if I
That's because you a square.
So
I don't know why either. They just wouldn't tell me. They just said no.
I wouldn't tell you either. I'd just piss you off. Just have you sit quietly.
You just a square.
Be like, what the fuck did I do? I go learn about it. So then they did that. That happened. And now they're releasing his videos, and he's super well spoken. And it's just, again, everything is alchemy. Everything is mental energy manipulation. They,
Did you hear his brother interviewed?
No, what'd he say?
Well, his brother just said couldn't see any of it coming. Now his brother's a lot younger, but said that he would, they'd come home and see him, and slowly he got more conservative in his dress, and he started growing his beard out. But other than that, he was just the same. And then this is the guy, he said he was just the same loving guy I've always known, although they weren't terribly close. And this guy apparently had stuff written down about how he wanted to kill his family. You know what I mean?
That's gotta be a weird fucking, you're like, dude, he is a loving brother. Outside that, him saying he wanted to kill all of us, he's pretty much a love.
Oh man, what the fuck, dude? I just got a crazy ass message, man. Text me, bro. Text me.
Brother.
So it had nothing to do with ISIS? Or isn't he connected to ISIS somehow?
Dude, ISIS is the CIA. It's so crazy to me. They keep linking it to ISIS. I'm like, you're just telling us you're behind all this.
Right, come on.
And just the whole thing with this being Chinese drones again or any of that stuff, it's just, what are we doing now? What are we doing? What are we doing? If you're saying that the only two countries that have this type of technology, and you're trying to convince me it's China, why aren't we using our technology to battle their technology? Why isn't that happening?
I mean, I really think we'd shoot it down. I really think if that was some China shit and we knew it was China, I think the government would shoot it down. I don't think they'd let it hang out in New Jersey.
I'm saying we cannot, though. I mean, if you're to believe the email, and I do not, but in the email, he suggests that we can't do anything about it.
But he says we have the same technology. If we would have the same technology,
I think he means though we have the same offensive technology, but there is no defense for this.
Okay.
It's all the timing. It's all the timing. They're trying to prevent the Trump transition with chaos, World War fucking III. We've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
So when I see this shit, I'm like, here it comes. When I see the drones, I'm like, here it comes. Here they come. Like, we've been waiting for this. You don't think it's odd, the timing? The transition?
He tweeted about it. Did you see Trump? He said, Trump was right about everything in all caps.
They just, you know what, Kash Patel taking over the FBI, they are freaking the fuck out.
I love that guy. I'll
tell you one thing. Kash Patel is the real deal.
He's the
real deal. He is. I've been following Kash. Like, there's only like 10 dudes that are the real deal. Over the last 8 years that I've been following, there's only like 8 dudes. Devin Nunes, Kash Patel. There's only a few fucking guys. And it's always been Kash Patel. I paid attention to every.
Wait. Hold up. He just said Devin Nunes? About what? I didn't hear that part. Devin Nunes is like the congressman of our area or some shit.
Trump was right about everything in all caps.
They just, you know what, Kash Patel taking over the FBI, they are freaking the fuck out.
I love that guy. I'll
tell you one thing. Kash Patel is the real deal. He's the real deal. He is. I've been following Kash. Like, there's only like 10 dudes that are the real deal. Over the last 8 years that I've been following, there's only like 8 dudes. Devin Nunes, Kash Patel.
Okay,
There's
shout out Devin Nunes. Nah, look, I come from the central part of California. Devin Nunes is the congressman out here. And if Eddie Bravo is co-signing Devin Nunes, then I'm co-signing Devin Nunes. Because I fuck with Eddie Bravo since the beginning. That's crazy, though. Shout out Devin Nunes.
Only a few fucking guys. And it's always been...
Because it's like a Mexican, but he be active... he'd be advocating for like the Mexican workers and shit. You feel me?
Kash Patel. I paid attention to every fucking word that's come out of Kash Patel's mouth. Every fucking word. I'm like, that guy's the real deal. Okay. And all of a sudden, he's the fucking FBI director. Woo!
Can't wait.
That means that they're okay. Let's look up Kash Patel. Fuck that. Let's go let's really go to it. Kash Patel. What does that even mean? Okay, so look, let's see. Senior Director of the Counterterrorism Directorate at the U.S. National Security Council. Okay, so look, they trust this man. Kash Patel is the right man to restore trust in the FBI. So they're saying homeboy is not messing around. He said the recent terrorist attack in New Orleans as well as the blast in Vegas are sobering reminders of the FBI's essential role in our lives and society. The Bureau has no fail mission. When the terrorists succeed, Americans die. This all-important mission implies a trusting relationship between the FBI and the American people, but right now the Bureau is facing an undeniable crisis in confidence. A recent Gallup survey found that just 41% of Americans have a favorable view of our nation's premier law enforcement agency. Okay, but hold up. 41% of Americans, you didn't poll me. I can't trust every study. because you didn't study every American. So how are you saying 41% of Americans? You didn't poll me or anyone I know. So that can't be right. This didn't happen overnight or by accident. Trust and confidence levels are low in the FBI following repeated and shocking discoveries of malfeasance. It was just last year when we learned that FBI had conducted an expansive investigation targeting traditional Catholics as potential domestic terrorists. This was a massive violation of religious liberty. The investigation included the use of an undercover agent and the participation of multiple field officers, as well as interviews of a priest and a choir director. This alone is a gross constitutional violation that would imperably harm the FBI's reputation, but it wasn't a one-time mistake. This revelation followed evidence that the FBI targeted concerned parents at a school board meeting, as well as a pro-life activist. Okay, so there's no confidence in the FBA. They're saying that Cash Patel, which that name is the hardest name in the world. If you like, that's a rap name. You could be the fucking, you could be the hardest rapper with a name like Cash Patel. And dude looks pretty, he looks fairly young, bro. Cuz look like he been like, why is his nose is broke or something? Why is his nose like? His nose is like to the right. The nose is like to the right. He might be a boxer, man. Cuz might be a boxer. Interesting, man. Very interesting about Cash Patel. That's a hard-ass rap name. I don't give a fuck what you say.
O'clock, and it looked like they were completely finished with their search, but then they came back today, closed off the road. This entire road, Crescent Peak Drive, was full of FBI agents and Harris County Sheriff's deputies. They left again after that secondary search. They left around 1:15 this afternoon. So once again, it appears they're finished, but that could change again.
All right, Dominic Keith reporting live for us tonight. Thank you.
Man, oh man. Okay, that's interesting. Missing dad found murdered in backyard 3 years after. Come on, bro. That's crazy. Hell yeah, man. Like and subscribe, man. We're gonna keep it running, man. That's all we got, man.
This game.
I ain't doing no ads ever. And if you know me, if you know this channel, we bypass every ad until we get premium. I just don't like to pay $18 for fucking YouTube. That shit trip me out. I guess I could write it off. I'm not gonna lie. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, John McKeever. John M. Seaver. Imagine a government that would be honest and open with its citizens. That is perhaps the biggest fairy tale of them all. Well, you know, you want to trust in your government, and sometimes they be, you know, they be lacking on the trust part. So yeah, we need to get it in order. I feel like at some point it'll all make sense. Oh, excuse me. It'll all make sense one day. Let's keep it rocking though.
Well, they're here. And
what the fuck? When most people think about... Hey, real quick, if you with me, man, like and subscribe. That shit helps out the channel, and it's free for y'all. But it does a lot for us, and for the content that we bring, and for just the fun personality. Because when we can laugh and joke, we can pay the bills. So thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Like and subscribe. Thank y'all. If y'all want to do more, hit the Cash App. We always put the daily donation up top. So we appreciate you if you want to hit the Cash App, 432Jasper, all spelled out. But if not, man, just like and subscribe and continue watching. We appreciate y'all. We're getting into the Hidden History, the movie, part 1. Let's get it, man. It's YouTube, Miss Jasper, and it's Hip Hop Hypes. UFOs or UFO sightings, they think about it in terms of our time. But what about the past? Were other generations witnessing strange lights in the sky?
Strange sights appeared in the skies long before spaceflight or manned flight of any kind was possible. And in each century, these visions took on identities that tell much about the world view of those who saw them. Alexander the Great and his army, for instance, were harassed by a pair of flying objects in 329 BC. Most of the soldiers fled the scene, but some of the hardier men stood their ground and tried to hit the discs with their arrows and with stones from their slings. In 1492, just 4 hours before discovering land, Christopher Columbus saw a bright glowing object come out of the sky, go into the water, and travel slowly through the water very close to the ship that he was on. Engraved onto a French token, minted in the 1860s, is a disc-shaped flying object that experts say may have commemorated a daytime UFO sighting. The great British astronomer Edmund Halley of comet fame also saw a series of unexplained aerial objects in March of 1716. One of them lit up the sky for more than 2 hours and was so brilliant that Halley could read a printed text by its light. There were sightings in 1897 of a lighter-than-air ship that had propellers, porthole windows, and brilliant searchlights, which it directed at the ground. In 1917, what may have been the largest crowd ever to witness a UFO occurred in Fatima, Portugal. 50,000 people watched in amazement as a huge silver disc began spinning like a windmill and dancing about in the sky. After plunging toward the earth, it climbed back into the sky and disappeared into the sun. One night during the summer of 1948, Clyde W. Tombaugh, the astronomer who discovered the planet Pluto, was sitting in the back of his home at Las Cruces, New Mexico. He and several witnesses, including other members of his family, watched a strange glowing craft move overhead. All of the witnesses agreed that the object was definitely a solid ship and that it was probably some form of extraterrestrial device. John Keel is a world-renowned expert on UFOs and has written numerous books and articles on the subject. A self-described agnostic, he made this statement: "Thousands of books have been written on the subject of demonology, which is the ancient and scholarly study of monsters and demons. The manifestations and occurrences described in this literature are identical to the UFO phenomenon. Victims of demonic possession suffer from the same medical and emotional symptoms as the UFO contactees." Dr. Jacques Vallée has addressed the United Nations on UFOs and was the model for Lacombe in Steven Spielberg's Close Encounters of the Third Kind. He is the author of 8 books on UFOs and has been widely recognized as the premier investigating scientist in the realm of UFO research. In his book, Messengers of Deception, Vallée says, an impressive parallel can be made between UFO occupants and the popular conception of demons. And in his book, Confrontations, he writes, "The medical examinations to which abductees are said to be subjected often accompanied by sadistic sexual manipulation is reminiscent of the medieval tales of encounters with demons. He also made this statement: I believe
Do you think they let him do it? Do you think he actually gets to hold that office?
They're going to try everything to stop it. Drones, UFOs, Iran, China.
Chinese chicks, Chinese spies.
They're going, let's release the fog. They're doing everything, dog.
Release the fog.
Everything.
Release the freaking
They
fog.
got 16 days.
I mean, it's gonna be
It's
crazy.
gonna get worse, dog. Next week, there's gonna be some new shit. There's gonna be a dude in a Tesla fucking coupe blowing up fucking something at fucking Mandalay Bay. They're not stopping, dog.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
Stopping. It's gonna get worse. We've been expecting this. We've been waiting for this. When I see when I saw the fucking Cybertruck explode in front of Trump, I was like, okay, here they go. Here it comes. We've been waiting for this shit. It's like, oh my God, what is the manifesto? Like, yo, they're trying to cause World War fucking III. What's going on?
Is there any way he's still alive? Have you heard the theory that the guy is alive somehow? That he's too smart of a fucking
Whether he's alive
Green
or he's
Beret?
dead, it don't matter. They just want World War III.
That's all they want.
They want World War III, chaos, civil war. They want a situation where they can stop the transition of power. And the only way is a total World War III situation, martial law, total lockdown. Dude, they're going with fucking bird flu. They're going for the new COVID. They're doing everything. You don't see, it's so obvious. They're going fucking COVID, bird flu, Iran, drones, UFOs, fake alien invasion, burnt Tesla. They're not gonna stop.
It's a bukkake of psyops, bro. It is a bukkake of psyops.
They're going full blown, and it's like, is anybody surprised? We've been waiting for this. Of course, they're gonna do this shit. They're gonna work. I hope not.
Eddie, is it gonna get crazy?
Oh, dude,
Oh yeah, Absol said it only get crazier and crazier and crazier and crazier. That's Jid and Absol. Go look that up.
They're gonna empty out all their clips. They ain't gonna stop.
Soul said, you pussy good, but I had tastier. The champagne only get wavier. He said they killed the savior. Man, this shit only get crazier and crazier.
But hopefully, the fact that it's so late in the game now, and they couldn't stop this earlier in the game. They wish they would have stopped this 6 months ago. To me, it tells me they ain't got that much power, but they're gonna still unload those clips. But it's gonna be weak, super weak as fuck. That's what I hope. That's what I think is happening. It's just gonna be a bunch of weak shit, and it's gonna get stomped. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it fucking worked. Maybe they were saving the best for last. But why would you save the best for last? You should have saved the best for like a year ago, dog.
I'm with you, dude. There's a lot of people who also think there's some spiritual, higher dimensional stuff involved this with the intergalactic consultants. We will see. Guys, listen to this. 2024 was great for a lot of people. Great year. The rough 2025 last year. But there's a lot of stuff going forward, but was replacing their deadlier female lead. I don't know if you saw this link card. This is some new lead singer. I can't.
Female lead singer?
No, this is what. I don't know. Let's refer. Here we go. This is the thing. Here we go.
Oh, chat. What the fuck is that? Don't say that's Linkin Park.
I knew I was too heavy for you, motherfucker. You're okay. I knew I was too heavy for you, motherfucker.
That was kind of crazy. Hey.
If she goes back
Yeah,
on
I
stage,
think so.
she's the winner. Let's see if she goes back on stage. Yep, she's going back on stage. Dude.
Imagine thinking someone
That I
thinking
knew
you
I
can
was.
be held up.
She said, I knew I was too heavy for you, motherfucker.
If you knew, you wouldn't have jumped. Let's be honest.
She wasn't even that heavy. She was thick. She was
She's a
thick.
thick girl.
But she wasn't
Dude.
like heavy.
You have not moshed if you go back to the crowd when you're gonna jump. You haven't moshed.
You know the hyphenate. She's a singer, and
I've been in many mosh pits, bro. You a savage if you turn your back and just fall on the crowd. That's the real trust. That's the real trust fall. You hear what I'm saying?
a community organizer.
But is she lead singer? Is that the new lead singer, Johnny?
She looks like that. I mean, it's Shayna Shepherd. It's a heavier black woman. So I assume that's real. Yeah.
Okay. I wish her
They,
luck.
I don't think they're calling themselves Soundgarden anymore. I heard they had a different name. That's what I heard. But yeah, it's the same band. Yeah.
She's way thinner on her.
You think it might be they're just being funny then? Actually, is that?
I don't know, but I mean, I think it could be her, but I think she just gained weight, and I don't know, but who knows? That's not going to be a good look for the band.
I don't see any community notes on any of the posts. So.
Well, we're enjoying it. Some super chats here as we go away. XG, you are so funny. Keep up the hard work. I don't know why they would waste $20 on that. That is the worst $20.
Hey, can you bring that back up? I want to see what XG's burner account is. Can you show me? There we go.
There we go. Okay, what's up? Happy New Year. Please give Trudeau some crap for all the stuff he's doing in Canada. They keep telling me he's leaving, Trudeau, and then he's still there every time. I
saw Jordan Peterson saying it'll be like this spring, summer that he's likely to be out.
It just keeps going. It's just an open wound that will never stop. What is this? What's Eddie's take on the free tour of Shum Dum Jab's home? Oh, yeah.
Shum Dum Jabs.
So to add to the psyop of the whole thing, Eddie, is someone decided that they were going to go into basically a crime scene, which is the guy who drove his car through New Orleans, and just bring a reporter and let them shoot his inside of his apartment complex, his apartment. And you're like, that's not legal if you are trying to run a crime scene. Yeah. And then they did all of this stuff, and she's just got APAC written all over. It's hilarious.
I don't know anything about that.
Okay. Sammy Trips, can we get you Eddie Bravo on the Ray Donovan show with Chad Sumac? Yeah, we're booked. We'll see you there tomorrow. Let's see what this says. It's Eddie. It's Graf. Q said expect fireworks, and then the truck blew up. It was fun. Now, what I will say that's very weird about that is the day before or 2 days before, Elon Musk liked to tweet that somebody had taken their Cybertruck and put fire all over it, like it had lava inside of it, and it looked like it was about to explode, and he liked it. It's the weirdest thing. Let me see. Let me see. Cybertruck on fire design. Well, let me see if I can find it. Fire.
I just want to say that Q post was in December of 2017, so it's not like it.
Johnny, we can like what we like. Please shut up. Seriously.
How long does Q have to be right? Like lock her up. If Hillary Clinton gets locked up, when she's 90, does that count?
Johnny, we all love your attitude here. Okay, thank you.
The Q thing,
He's not a big Q fan.
What's up, homies? Thank you. Johnny, you're fired, by the way. Nope, we already just did that one. Dino Venice. Yes. Give it up for Dino Van Dice. There we go. But Elon and Trump said it's a globe. No, I heard he didn't say it's a globe. Elon. And Elon, by the way, I know through private conversations, does not believe we landed on the moon.
Really? Wait, say that again?
Hey, I want to give up for Diamond DJ. Dude, looking good, buddy. Looking good.
Are you not allowed to say what the thing you just said about Elon? Is that secret?
Elon said we didn't land on the moon.
Who said that?
Somebody who had a private conversation with him.
Fascinating. I like that.
Yes. He said we did not land on the moon. More flat Earth. Thank you. I enjoyed the conversation.
Johnny,
I love talking about that. It was action-packed and fun. It was action-packed and fun. And that's about it. NDA in his life. That all he needs to do is name and them and yes and no. What? Ask Eddie if he had any NDA in his life. What's NDA? Is that a crypto?
Non-disclosure.
No, non-disclosure, yeah. You sign an NDA when you go into like celebrities' house parties or whatever.
Oh, they just had another shooting.
No,
Really?
I never NDA.
Yeah.
Sign NDAs before.
I don't think I could never see. I can never see Eddie Bravo signing a NDA paper. Like you can't say that.
Nobody gives a fuck what I think. Like I'm crazy. I don't know shit.
Oh yeah, 4 wounded in Northeast DC shooting an hour ago.
Yeah, they're just doing it over and over
I don't
again.
think anything like terrorist related though. Doesn't seem.
Let's do some more shit. All I know is they've been spraying chemtrails like a motherfucker all over LA. They've been spraying like a motherfucker.
Hawkeye thinks you made her laugh. She says, thank you very much. Thank you, Canadian hot chick. Thank you.
And yes, Trump did say he thought the Earth was round, but I wouldn't put a lot of stock into something he said on Fox and Friends 7 years ago.
Johnny, shut up. How about
No,
that?
I'm siding with you on that. I think that was back when he still had to play that game. It'll be interesting to see what he does this term though, when all bets are off. He doesn't have to worry about re-election. So I think we could see it unchanged.
Eddie, would you go to Mar-a-Lago to do a podcast with Rogan?
Oh, is Bill Gates going to Mar-a-Lago? We got to talk about that too.
I don't know. But Eddie, would you do a podcast with Joe
in
Mar-a-Lago if he asked you to do it?
No.
You wouldn't go to Mar-a-Lago.
I don't give a fuck about anything.
Respect that, Johnny.
Wait, but okay. So the Mar-a-Lago thing.
Johnny's compromised. That's what basically everybody's talking
What
about.
What about that weird tweet that Trump put out on Truth last week, where he was like, "Everybody's coming. Bill Gates is asked to come to Mar-a-Lago. We're gonna have a big party." What was that about? You guys saw that, right?
Yeah. It literally compromises. Like, why would you let Bill Gates in there with the whole COVID bullshit?
It's interesting.
I mean, it sounds like Bill Gates.
Everybody's got to kiss the ring, maybe.
Cozying up with Trump, yeah.
Everyone's got to kiss the ring.
I mean, but if Bill Gates does want to go to Mar-a-Lago, I mean, don't you kind of like at least go talk to him, let him in, see what he's got to say?
I would think so. Yeah.
So we had almost 5,000 people on Twitter watching. We had almost 3,500 on YouTube. And Rockfin crushing it. And thank you, Rumble. You guys are great. This has been a great episode. Any jiu-jitsu tournaments coming up?
Yeah, we got some shit coming up, but nothing that any of y'all's would be interested in.
I would love it. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much. Again, if you want to see the Prophet, Eddie Bravo, and myself, and the very funny Xavier Guerrero, we will be in Spokane, which is this Thursday coming up, 7 p.m. One show. Grab your tickets now. Let's go. Support us. Support you. We love you, and we will.
What about February? We got like 3 shows in February, right?
Oh yeah, hold on. Go back to that. And then we'll go down. Here we go.
March, we got a couple more shows in March.
Hold on, let me go back to it. We're in Pottstown. Well, I'm real quick. I'm in Batavia at the end of the month, the 23rd to the 25th. And then we're in Columbus, Ohio on the 6th. We're in Pottstown on the 7th. We're at the Dojo of Comedy on the 8th. I'm in Phoenix. Then we got some more dates coming up. We'll do another one of these.
What about March? March. We got March dates coming up too.
So get on samtripoli.com for those dates. We'll make sure you guys get them. I want to thank Eddie Bravo for coming on.
We got Bill. We got Fort Wayne. We got March is like 3 dates.
Yeah, I'll get those up on my website. Sorry about that, guys. I've been running nuts, but that's the show. Love you guys very much. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and we will talk to you soon. Johnny, Xavier, you got anything to say? You want to
No,
push
hit that
anything?
like button, subscribe, and go get your tickets for Spokane. It will sell out. It will sell out.
I am not controlled opposition, but if anybody wants to make an offer, I am considering all offers.
Johnny is controlled by the Jews. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Bye.
Interesting. Interesting. Let's go right here. The final. The final experiment. What does that even mean? Does it mean the last experiment? Two minutes ago. Okay. Yeah, they said there's other, like you could enter the center of the Earth through Antarctica, I believe, right? Is that what they're saying?
It was not a planned video, but to my shock last night, I found out that flat earthers still think that we maybe used a green screen and that my drone possibly showed a studio or even the firmament. I learned this listening to Dustin Nemos, who was on with Austin Whitsitt last night on the Whitsitt Gets It channel. So here's the deal. Where's Wally? He's got an incredible channel on YouTube. Make sure to check it out. Link in the description below. He took the time to take 5 separate independent videos and put them all together, and he synced them up. So it was the live we did on the Final Experiment channel. It was MC Tunes live that he was doing at the same time. Dave McKeegan was recording with his own camera, and then Mark Herman, Candace Owens' director, was also recording with his own camera. And then I recorded with my drone. I actually turned on the camera and recorded with my drone. So 5 different videos, all at different angles, all recording the exact same thing. And he did such a good job. I'm releasing his video on our channel so that you can see this and hopefully stop talking about green screens and the drone beeping. So just in case it's not clear, based on all of these videos completely surrounding me doing the live stream, there could not have been a green screen. And then the beeping on the drone is the proximity sensors on the drone, which are on the front and the back and even the sides. And so as the drone starts to get close to something, it does a slow beep. When it gets really close to something, it does a fast beep. And so as it gets close to MC Tune, you hear the beeping. As it's moving away from MC Tune, you still hear the beeping because he's still in the proximity of those sensors. And then once it gets far enough past him, it stops. And then as the drone comes back toward him, it will start beeping again. So anyway, this video here, please enjoy this. It fully dispels green screen gate and drone gate. And then make sure you watch to the very end for a very special treat, which is my drone footage being released pretty much for the first time raw. And you get to see Antarctica in all of its beauty in 4K on that video. So enjoy. Thank you so much. You can get back to filming. So anyway, how it works is we have things like, this is the water bottle I've been using out here that are green in color, and you have that chroma key turned on, it removes that. Here is a can of some Chilean Pringles called Crispos. You'll notice here the red and the green color, so no green screen. But what I'm most excited about is I am going to utilize my drone.
So he's gonna use his drone here, and he's gonna fly it away behind him.
Hopefully
and,
this goes well here.
Just to show there's no green screen.
There
was a conspiracy theory that there was a green screen. It was all backwards. It wouldn't have worked at all.
But this is going to be fun for me.
The way that it worked out was
getting everything booted up right now. I'm
wasn't
actually going to remove my gloves.
Green screen. So
that I
I'm
have
just going to fly this drone
perfect
back away, and I'm
control
going
of the
to
drone.
move off into the distance
wanna
here
have
to
any
show
accidents.
how it works
So
or how
here's
it
the
can
drone.
work or whatever.
Upside
You
down.
would have to go through the
right
green
side
screen.
up, twist
Of course,
it all
I'm pretty far
around.
away from him already.
This is my DJI drone that I brought to
This is, you know, the conspiracy theories they come up with to deny reality is.
Go ahead and launch this here real quick for you guys.
Godwin's law, right? Look it up if you're unfamiliar with it. All right, here it goes. He's flying its drone. It's going to go through, backwards through wherever a green screen would have to be.
Okay, hopefully you can hear me with the drone, but I'm also going to record
he's
what
going to
the
record
drone is
this
videoing
on the
with
drone
my
and publish it
screen.
later.
And I'm going to go backwards. So obviously, if there was a green screen, this drone would not be able to fly backwards toward MC Toon, who's also live streaming. Who's also filming the drone. All right, now I'm gonna come right back to us. All right.
Look at that. Count Rossman in the background as it flies by. Amazing. So cool.
And then back again. So here we go. We now come on.
There it is. He landed it. Awesome.
And right back. So here's what I'd like to say.
There we go. All right.
Is that
back to
Flat Earthers, I do want to
showing
give
some
you
stuff
credit
here.
for
This is
the amount of
Jaren's
effort
camera
that you put into
here.
what you believe.
It's been.
Damn, so he got every angle. He's pretty much getting it so it can't. It's debunked proof. He's pretty much saying that my footage is debunked proof. I'll give you 5 different angles. You know. He pretty much just gave us like 5 different angles to prove that what he's saying is to prove that there's no green screen, because that's what Eddie Bravo just said right now. That was 2 minutes ago. Let's go back to the what he's talking about as far as the as far as like the final experiment in Antarctica goes. 24-hour moon. When is that? 1/6? That's in 2 days. Okay, look, the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Let's look it up. Man, if y'all with me still, like and subscribe, man. Yeah, we drinking Gentleman Jack, and we drinking, we hitting, you know what I mean? We hitting the indoor, and we taking a ride through the Azores, like we're in Portugal. You get me? I go high and low. I get high, but then I get
Welcome
low.
to the final experiments.
All right.
The final experiments are a preponderance of evidence against flat Earth. and the final experiments all confirm the globe. These experiments were all conducted in December of 2024 when 4 flat earthers and 4 globers went on a journey with me, Will Duffy, to Antarctica. We spent time in Punta Arenas, Chile, which is at the southern tip of South America, before flying to Antarctica. This entire trip allowed us to conduct historic experiments and collect data firsthand from an area of the world that few people will ever have the opportunity to visit and do this themselves. Prior to my announcement of the final experiment in early 2024, a vast majority of flat earthers, with very few exceptions, promoted the Gleason's map of the world, which is an azimuthal equidistant projection. This map had the North Pole at the center and pushed the south to the outer perimeter of the known world. This made Antarctica an ice wall perimeter around all the world's continents, and it served to hold in all the world's oceans, as flat earthers claim water must have a container. It also extends the entire southern hemisphere into a larger and larger area, where on the globe, everything south of the equator gets closer and closer together. This made being at the southern tip of South America and Antarctica the perfect place to test flat Earth claims and also confirm the globe predictions. Every single flat Earth claim failed. Every flat Earth prediction was demonstrably false. The final experiments are meant to be taken collectively, just like evidence in a court of law. Undoubtedly, flat earthers will attempt to discredit individual experiments we did, while at the same time ignoring
Okay. Bypass this ad real quick.
What you used to do and what kind of brought you out to YouTube?
Absolutely. First and foremost, good morning to everybody who's tuning in. My name is Big Homie CC. I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Okay.
I started off as a celebrity bodyguard. I've been doing that for the last 16 years. And over the last 7 years, I have begun a process where my team and I, we go out to the field. We try to bring people home who have been human trafficked, who are missing, who've been enslaved, basically. And that's what me and my team do. So to initially get my message out, I knew I would have to throw certain people under the bus because, years ago when I first I first started speaking out about certain things and certain people, they said I was crazy. I was called a hater, things like that. I had several altercations with different celebrity guys who kind of got me blackballed in Beverly Hills, LA for a little while. I was able to get past that, fortunately. And I did an interview with Camp Capone. It went viral. Now, a lot of different platforms reach out to me to come do interviews and talk. I met Reggie Wright recently. I get involved in crazy situations. So I was on a process called a retrieval, and I didn't want an international incident to take place. So I was reaching out to people who could get me in contact with people in presidential staff, basically. I I reached out to Reggie, and he helped me. He gave me some phone numbers. I think I called him about 3 in the morning. He picks up. Immediately came to my aid, so I'm forever grateful. So, yeah, that's what brings me here to Blind First.
Man, shout out Big CC homie. Appreciate you, brother. We just really wanted you to come over here. We don't have anything in specific to talk to you about. Just to, give our people, our channel, people over here, exposure to what you're doing. Cause I've been checking you out, brother, and I like everything that you talk about, everything that you be saying, and everything you be trying to do. I'll be honest, me and Big CC hadn't crossed paths when I was in the business, but he comes a little bit later. And but I believe everything you're saying and what you're doing. And so I just wanted to give you, your props. You took over the YouTube this year. 2024 was your year, man. You did some great numbers for different platforms, and I just wanted to give you your props and just to show you that, hey, brother, you ever need somewhere to come and talk and do something on Ball First, you're always welcome here. You fuck with a guy, excuse that word, a guy that I like a lot, being Kel Capone News, and
yeah, that's my boy.
And he's a good dude. I didn't like seeing you sitting with Jaguar, but that's another subject. You probably know it better than I do. And everybody that knows her always speak highly of her. And so I can see why I just think that she goes a little overboard with some of her interviews, but who knows? I don't know. I can't say. I just know the stuff she said about Reggie Wright is a lie. But
okay, right. So I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm not an internet guy. So previously, I only been on the internet 6 months.
Correct. Okay.
6 months. 7 months ago now, I did my first interview. So when I came onto the internet, I started hearing about certain people. So I ended up just randomly by chance after doing an interview with Sean Atwood in the UK.
Okay. Shout out Sean. Yes.
So I got contacted through them to speak to Jaguar. So just so happened, her and I happened to be in the same city and state when we had the phone call. I'm leery of phone calls, stuff like that. So I told her, look, I'd rather talk face to face.
Okay.
Within 10 minutes of us talking.
Okay, Reggie, we always talk.
Man. So, let's bypass that ad, man. Like and subscribe, man. He said Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Big Reggie. Reggie the Legend. John looks like gang member from Bros. Over Hose Pyru. That's hilarious.
Morgan & Morgan don't settle for low ball offers. They fight for every.
I received a lot of people telling me, stay away from Jaguar, et cetera, et cetera. But I didn't know that it was such an issue. So, but, I never let anybody bash you in no type of way, especially on the internet. And, we just really kept it cordial.
Yeah.
And she like big sis to me, and we just do it like that. You feel me? So I wanted to just say that. So many people reached out about that. I'm like, I didn't think it would be this big of a deal.
Yeah. She's been very controversial on the internet. A lot of people say a lot of things that she has said has came to truth. I really believe she's a great researcher and I love her dramatics. I think she knows how to tell a story. If I ever wrote a book or something like that, I'd be like, let's see if Jaguar Wright can read it for me, because she knows how to be dramatic with it. But I just question a lot of things that she allegedly saw, but a lot of people don't.
Pardon me, I'm listening.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't. Just like Gene Deal. I say the same thing about him, but Gene does great. He has a great following, and so it'd be dumb not to want to do things with those two individuals. I just question. I'm more one on trying to back up what I say, or there'll be some evidence of what I say. And I think they just go off from what they believe. Gotcha. That's all. But hey, I'm not here, and I didn't bring you on to talk about those two individuals. I just wanted to show that Big CC homie and Reggie Wright and Bomb First, we all good.
All good. All good.
We all good, and to keep up the great work. And I see my boy, guy that I have a great relationship. I saw that they had did an interview, Whack 100, and they were questioning some of your what's that? Your background, I guess, would be the thing. And I was wondering where that came from.
Reggie's good. Reggie don't like this motherfucker, dog. Straight up. And now he's about to show it. He's like, because Whack 100 and Loose Cannon just, Loose Cannon is hunting this man down now. This guy, and yeah, man.
But as I dug into it and I checked you out and listened to you, I was like, hey, this dude seems to be authentic to me.
So Star had did an interview and he said,
"Yo, Reggie don't believe this fool. Look how Reggie look. Look at his body language right now when he said authentic."
So Star.
Hey, this dude seems to be. And I checked you out and listened to you. I was like, hey, this dude seems to be authentic to me.
So Star had did an interview and he said he confirmed my background.
Okay.
Iman Shumpert went on to a podcast and confirmed my background. Yeah. On my YouTube page, I post receipts with me and all of the celebrities that I work for.
Okay.
People don't do their homework. People don't do their homework. It's not my fault.
Exactly. And why would you have to prove yourself to anybody? You know what you did. Matter of fact, you also did some work with his partner at No Jumper before, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I just wanted to warn you about this YouTube stuff. People, when they see you're blowing up, we like to build people up to break them down, right?
Absolutely.
So just be leery of that and keep pushing, brother.
Yes, sir.
Man, I love what you want to do. And one day when you come in town and we sit down and meet together, I want to get more in deep to what you're doing with that trafficking stuff. Because, man, could you have one story you can give us about someone you recovered or trying to recover or anything right quick?
Yeah, absolutely. So about 2 months ago, a gentleman came to us. His daughter disappeared from his house. She was contacted by somebody.
How old was she? Can I ask how old she was?
She was 16 years old.
Wow. Okay.
She was contacted through a TikTok app. The communication went on for over 3 years. So over 3 years, they were conditioning and buttering up this person to get them to leave their house. Little girl left out before he got home from work. She had been missing 2 years. We reverse image searched the photos he had. Ended up finding her scantily clad, dressed on a dating app. We were able to pretty much book a date.
Okay.
And once we were able to get the date booked, that's like reconnaissance starts now, because we got to get actual proof of life, because when you book the date, you just see photos. Usually these sexual traffickers, they're the person monitoring and actively using the page.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not the actual
victim.
Trying to get off the X.
Yeah.
So, make a long story short, human trafficking organizations are getting lazy now. They have really tough guys overwatching their locations. Now, you'll pull up at the lookout, it's passed out off meth in the car, a junk. They'll have other female sex workers trying to be the lookout and pull dates. Lack of security makes it easier for us these days. So once we were able to get the visual proof that she was at the location, I will omit certain details there, but we were able to, once she was coerced to come outside, there was a person there on scene who had to be subdued. But, they don't want police getting called. We were able to get her completely unite with her father, and little Brittany is back home.
Man, so you could honestly say you have helped one person in your lifetime. Man.
Absolutely.
Absolutely say that. That's all we're here for, Big CC, is to be able to help people, and you have a proven story where you can show that you actually help someone. Man.
Yeah, we have videos of this.
Yeah. Shout out, brother. Shout out. Great job. And man, stories like that is what we need to be talking about in 2025, educating people and young parents. Because I know John reminds me all the time, we don't have a young audience over here, but to educate parents to how to deal with it and how to research and reach out to people that's like that's in these type of situations. So, man, I know unfortunately you gotta tell the stories to get people to listen to you. But man, once we get people to know who Big CC is, and you start telling stories like this and giving people the resource and how to find their loved ones and stuff, that's the type of stuff I want to be involved in
that's big. So hopefully all that's true, man. I just know fool was on. He was all coked out on one of these interviews. Big CC. Big CC. Let me see Loose Cannon. He was going at Big CC.
Today, me and wifey, we was shooting our reality TV show, and things get out of hand. People like to mouth off, but it's not reality TV to me. I don't argue. I don't fuss. You know what I do best? Built the ass. I had to show why you're supposed to stay in your place. Why I am one of the greatest people alive. Everybody love me. I had to show why you supposed to keep your woman in check. Don't let her mouth off and get you in a place that you shouldn't be dealing with loose cannon. In this film, this segment, you're going to see he's a buttercup, cotton cheese ball, a marshmallow. He wanted to stand up and got sit back down. He wanted to act like he was tough, trying to protect her. That wasn't the case. He should have just kept his mouth shut. But At the end of the day, he gets what everybody gets. Put on camera for the wrong reasons. Trying to be tough. Trying to be tough. Like these marshmallows. These porcupines acting like they so tough and harmless and wishing the local go to jail because they want to go to the local grocery store. They want to take out the trash. They want to go to their favorite liquor store and hoping I do not pop up. But, I am the boogeyman. Something that you've never seen before in real life. I'm putting built to ass in 2025, so sweetie, here we go. Soft marshmallow, boiled egg, cotton ball. One of these water beds, old school, soft. This is what happens. A valuable lesson you will never, ever forget. Hair swelling, bruising, embarrassed. His girl took off her shoes and gave him the stilettos. He walked out of there as a woman that night. It's over. But here we go with the footage. Sweetie! Here we go. The song, listen, the song is cool. But like all the theatrics and stuff like that, I don't play with. It was on 6-0. I beat your nigga up. 6 crib. Dead homies. They don't try to play. I don't know.
She asking about me. She don't even know me. I don't know him. That's her nigga. That's her nigga. No, let him go. He good.
Break your shit, Chris.
Don't go there. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hey, the camera guy's warning them too. Like, don't do it. You gotta be really ready because we know Luce is ready. Like, we don't argue like you said. Like. Oh shit. So this bitch is like, I don't give a fuck. Yo. The cameraman's terrible. Alright. Let's see what the fuck's going on. What the fuck happened? Bro, what the fuck happened? Cameraman need to get fired though. He's supposed to capture every angle. Sweetie! Sweetie!
Today, me and wifey, we was shooting our reality TV show, and things get out of hand. People like to mouth off, but it's not reality TV to me. I don't argue. I don't fuss. You know what I do best?
I'm trying to see the That's it. Well, it was pixelated, but yeah. I mean, Bruce Cannon, he going in. Shit, let's see, call out DW Flame. He said, sweetie.
Zesty, DW Flame. Listen, sweetheart, I'm not about to let you off the hook. You's a buster, right? You want to get mad at Brick Baby, but let's tell the world that when 4 Extras and Spuddy Face came to the job, you wasn't so eager to open up the door either. You told them to not let them in either. Like, come on, we have to keep it real. Stop acting and choosing battles because Brick Baby is smaller than you. He's a buster too. But we're not gonna do this. You is a sweetie pie. You is a nigga that's thinking that you work out and you can intimidate people. You can't put muscle on chin. It don't work, sweetie. You not like that. Stop acting like you just tough. You not. That stuff is over with. I'm here. Zesty, DW Flame. Listen, sweetheart.
He said, I'm here now. He said, I'm here now. Oh yeah, like and subscribe, man. We chilling. It's day 4 of the new year. Think about that.
Big uterus. Listen, folks. It's getting there and getting time. I told y'all. We got it. I don't know if I'm going to do it on Christmas. But that FaceTime video is coming. Sweetie! Sweetie! It's coming. But I'm going to keep tearing you down brick by brick, layer by layer, muffin top. See, now he's complaining that he's losing everything because of it. He's saying that, no, what the real is saying is, that wasn't your brother. That wasn't your son. Bubble butt. Mayonnaise jar.
I said bubble butt.
Ketchup without the bottle. You the package that you get from McDonald's, Jack in the Box. You is softening all the condiments.
He said, sweet egg.
After you open it up. This clip shows y'all people that he's losing everything because it's true to everything that we saying. And I got the finale coming on Christmas Day. Yeah, you thought you were gonna solace me? Sweetie, it's not. Hookah butts. The next video is yours.
So you just had to start coming out of pocket for this?
Come out of pocket. I had to rob Peter to pay Paul.
That's so crazy to me because, like, to me, it's like so obvious that that has nothing to do with you guys.
It did not, but here goes the thing, though. It was so, it had went so big that people was like, even if I didn't have nothing to do with it, was so much shit on the internet, people was looking like, well, just in case. We got to back up. We got to make sure. So I'm losing everything. Bro. I lost contracts. I lost cars. My documentary deal came before
all that.
Even before Nipsey died. Me and Nipsey talking about doing a documentary. And so when all this happened, the only deal that stayed was the documentary. And that they seen an opportunity to build off of that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Sweetie. All right. We here says, bro, I didn't know you make fire music like that, bro. I will be first bumping that down here in Florida. I had to run that back. Yes, sir. Shit is hard. Okay, so Loose Cannon makes some records too. We're gonna have to play some of those. Sweetie.
And said, he took it and you received it. Sweetie! Sweetie! You came out. You've been wondering and you've been asking him to prove that he was gay. So I guess that night you slept over. He proved it. He was on top of you. That was like a whale on a seal. But I don't know. I don't know if you was on some Diddy stuff. I know that you love the baby oil now. That's what you like to do. Take that lie detector test and fail. You better not do that. You is cotton ball soft. A boiled egg. Cottage cheese.
Cotton ball soft. That is pretty soft.
Don't act like we don't know that what you are. You talking about that you dropped your flag and yo baby mamas have no respect. They telling you, do not suck Adams. Adam looked in the camera and was like, that's too late. You get what I'm saying? Like, you the woman. Stop causing confusion and no jumper. Just move out the way.
He said move out the way.
Why you just don't do plug talk, but ask Adam to hook you up with a man? Well, it's consensual because you a woman. So, I don't know what to say. But it's got to be something going on because your baby mothers said, and they begging and pleading for you to just leave it alone. Wipe your mouth. Dijon Paul, he proved that night. He said that John had a couple of smokes. He rubbed down, you grabbed his leg, and it was over. He took it. This is crazy. He gave you what you've been missing your whole life. And that's freedom. Freedom. Sweetie.
Yo.
But,
Cousin's hilarious.
Hey, I'm not going to let you be ashamed. We all knew. You wear extensions. You wear blouses. You twerk. Do you not like that? You admitted it. I do gay stuff with Adam. Then there's Dejan. I guess that grade he was going to give you. What did he give you in bed?
Sweetie.
So, I don't know. It's over with. But hey, the truth will set you free. Sweetie! Sweetie!
Been inside or had Dejan inside of you?
Yo, what the fuck are you on?
I wish I had the
simple question, brother.
I wish I had the lie detector test.
Yeah, let's do it. Because at this
You
point,
would submit?
Yeah.
Might be better for the
Definitely.
content if you refused.
Yeah. It would be better for the content, right?
I don't have to prove myself to you guys.
At this point.
What do you mean? This is a ridiculous allegation.
I threw my flag in 2 weeks ago, dude. It's over.
The gay flag or the crip
Yeah,
flag?
the gay flag.
Oh, okay.
I have sons and shit.
And did they approach you and ask you about the gay stuff?
Their moms do. They
Shut
call
the
me gay
fuck
all
up,
the
really?
time. Yeah.
Your moms
Wait, what? What the fuck you just
approach you and ask you about the gay stuff?
Their moms do. They
Shut
call
the
me gay
fuck
all
up,
the
really?
time. Yeah.
Your mom's just telling your kid that you're gay because of that?
Go suck Adam's dick, you fucking faggot.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Sweet.
What you doing? What you doing? Girl, I like the way you move, baby. Don't stop, do it, do it. The way she moving, she off the floor. Girl, I like the way you do it, baby. Don't stop, do it, do it. The way she moving, the way she choosing. I see the reason why you choosing, girl. Must be the money. Take that. Music. Must be the money. Must be the money. Must be the money. Hey.
She bouncing ass like a scammer check. Sorry for running up, nigga, I'm up next. I'm hot, got head flipping like Missy Elliott. Put it on her tongue just like a peppermint. After I fuck you irrelevant. Big paper like a poster shit. Do it myself, don't order hits. She don't like my lifestyle, she my lover's girl. Gave her Gucci and Prada, now she like girls. Pillow talking came with a silencer. She might be a good girl, but I one-night her. Kept it playing, next she called me a liar. These haters throw shade like a sun
You get
viper.
money, but you know we get more. That's the same reason why she chose. See the Cuban lips, my diamonds froze. We gon' fuck him, then we kick him out the door. You get money, but you know we get more. That's the same reason why she chose. See the Cuban lips, my diamonds froze. We gon' fuck him, then we.
He got bars. Most definitely got bars. Fuck yeah. Hold on, man. Well, y'all need to quit playing with Luz. Oh yeah, no, he was talking about Big CC. That's what we was trying to look at. Let's see, Big CC. All right, hey, look.
How are you?
Terrified they are to link up with him. Like, what's the point, sweetie Lucy? You just out here chasing clout like it's a full-time job? You dropped this video just like that. No jumper fiasco. And I can't help but call you an idiot for it. You're out here exposing yourself while trying to take down big homie CC. And here's the real kicker. This dude says he's never recorded a call in his life, but we're literally listening to a recorded call right now. Like, come on, my guy. Are you serious? You a straight up liar. But the best part? When Loose Cannon goes and admits that Whack 100 is the one recording calls, not him. So now we got Whack and the fake Loose Cannon snaking each other, trying to spin the narrative from that no jumper mess. I bet Whack didn't even listen to that audio again. It's a circus out here, y'all, with both of them trying to act tough while they're really just looking foolish. So grab your snacks, kick back, and let's break this down together. You know how we do? Let's get it.
Listen, Sugar Plum, Marshmallow, you gotta stop. Sweetie, big homie CC Wheel is cool. I wasn't trying to expose you, but you know about me. You gotta stop. What are these theatrics and talking about people and stuff like that? Okay, that's cool. Back it up. Whatever you do, that's what you do. But leave me out of it because I'm gonna come and get you. I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna hunt you down. I'm gonna pull up every time. You know that. This is not the first occasion. There's several.
Why he do his voice like that? This shit just came out 47 minutes ago. Shout out. Shout out 47 gang.
And you know I'm like that, and you was... I ain't gonna tell the people. You... I don't want to hear like... You
know what I'm saying?
I have a question. I want to piggyback off the brother when he said. So here's a different question along the same lines. So if you do have a brother who's 50, 60, 70 years old, 50, 60 years old, let's be frank.
Listen, I was capping when I said 60.
Wait. I have a question for Dogface.
I get you. What is this conversation supposed to be like? If you're 50 years old and you still pushing the line, what is this conversation supposed to be like towards the younger guys? Is he supposed to be a mentor? Is he supposed to try to counsel them out of doing something that's gonna get them booked? Is he supposed to be a businessman at 50, 60 years old versus just towing the line of just being a banger? What is his obligation? If you're 60 years old and you still pushing the thing, right? Then you might be
you just gave a description of me, right? I'm 47, right? Here goes a description because I'm from where I'm from. I'm not an active gangbanger, right? In a matter of 0.0 seconds, I can go to gangbang. I walk out my door, it's a conflict, I can confront that as if I'm 19 years old right now today, right? My homies, it's on me to try to stop them and guide them away from the things and the traps that got me, right?
Yeah, that's more the key.
Those people like Big U who will stand in front of the people, look what I do for the kids, but then go over here and tell a motherfucker 19 or 25, go do this, go do that. But that's somebody's kid too, right?
Yeah, but I have a question, like Dogface, right?
Yes, sir.
You know how like when everybody was preaching like peace and stuff, right? But you on here on the same platform that you were just trying to violate whack on, making videos and stuff about R&B.
So is that the question?
No, this is what I'm saying, right?
Right.
So how are you on here speaking peace and positivity, right?
When you were just trying to tear another man down.
I come in peace and let you up on the platform.
That's what he's saying. That's what he asked.
Let me answer your question, brother.
Okay.
First of all, I don't listen. Wack ain't killed nobody no kin to me. He ain't shot nobody or played nobody no kin to me, right? Me and Wack
had made videos.
Yeah, we had a conversation after I made the videos where we discussed what our differences were, and we resolved those differences. We came to an understanding about those differences.
You put it online.
Did I what?
Me and you never had differences.
I didn't put nothing online.
No.
I'm saying, why was you making them disparaging videos, but you don't hear preaching peace with us, though? They don't push the peace.
And the videos are still up. If you make peace with somebody, why do you have those videos up with my face on them?
Uh-oh, not the queen.
So you made peace, but the videos are still up.
Let me answer your question. The question is why am I on here preaching peace when the conversation is about the community? It's about gangbanging. It's about
no, that's not the question. The question is, why did you post them videos if you pushing peace?
Because, hey, listen, I posted the videos because that's how I felt. That's just like asking Wack. Why did he?
So here goes the question, right?
Wack ain't pushing peace.
Hold on, bro. Let me speak for myself.
Yeah, I didn't say I was pushing nothing. I'm just commenting on the subject. I didn't say I was pushing nothing.
Yo, mute up, bro.
Okay.
I didn't say I was pushing anything.
Here goes my question to you. Because I think you've been a little dishonest, right?
No, I ain't being dishonest.
Hold on. We having a conversation, right? It's real shit. If I say something, I'm gonna give you.
Let's go.
What I'm saying, right? You can't find a video of Wack got dog face up, and Wack and dog face, right? A dog face girl and kids, right? I think a lot of that was for clout because you was trying to get some traction, right?
Trying to get some traction. Where I'm from, I already got traction.
No. Okay, well, let me ask you something. What my wife got to do with whatever issue you have with me?
What do R&B have to do with Wack beat?
I don't know.
Whatever issue I had, listen, let's establish your issue with me was about another individual that I personally know, but I don't personally know you, right?
Right.
Your issue with me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and it wasn't based on me telling a lie. It was based on why did I have to bring it up, right?
Yeah, and we discussed that.
Okay, so I'm asking you, as an
why do R&B have to do with anything?
What did my woman have to do with that?
I've never said anything about. I didn't know Wack was married. I don't follow Wack that close.
You got her. The videos is up.
What I mentioned her name?
Yeah.
Go find it. Pull it up right now. Why I mentioned her? I don't even know Wack was married. I don't even know. I didn't even know Wack was married. I don't know who your wife is. Go find the video.
Pull it up.
The Queen R&B.
Fine shit, but I bet you take that shit down, though.
Hold on.
Find the video where I mentioned her name. And so to answer your question, why am I here right now?
Hey, lower your tone, bro.
Lower my tone. Keep back, bro.
Lower my tone. What do you mean, lower my tone? The question was asked me, why am I pushing peace? I'm here having a general conversation about general things that affect black people across the board from New York to fucking Seattle. That's why I'm here. So
when you make a video about somebody.
All right, so listen.
You say what now?
Let me ask you a question.
Let me answer the question. I made a video about who?
When you make a video about somebody's significant other, what you think?
I didn't make a video about it. Pull it up, bro.
All right, so let me ask you a question, dog.
No, wait a minute. Hold on fast. He's speaking about what somebody else said. Pull the video.
Because I ain't see it. I ain't gonna lie.
You ain't see it, so what you talking about then?
I'm just saying.
Look, hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Listen, hold on. Freeze game.
We got to learn to have conversation, bro.
That's exactly what we're doing. So what we're doing right here now is tell, hey, his name is Bush. Hey, Bush, tell them, anybody, to pull a video where I said anything about Wax right.
So look,
I didn't even know Wax was right.
We might got you
the thumbnail.
Ain't no mic.
I'm familiar with
Hold on.
Ain't no mic.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm listening.
This is real shit. This me and you.
Real shit.
Listen. So now we can both admit that Wack never did anything or even knew respectfully who the fuck Dogface was.
So I'm gonna go ahead.
So can we agree to that?
It's just me and Wack right now. Hold on. Let's go.
You're just me and Wack. Can we agree that Wack never even knew who Dogface was?
We can agree that you said that you wasn't familiar with who I was until you heard my voice. But I didn't just speak.
Okay, my first introduction to you was you addressed me about other people, BG, shit like that, right?
Say it again.
My introduction to you is you had a problem with me addressing BG.
I had a problem with you calling BG a rat. I also had a. Wait a minute, I had two problems. First was the BG. The second one is when you came with the story about 4-2 Doug and what happened with 4-2 Doug and Offset that wasn't public knowledge. And I had an issue with
Hold on.
You were mad at him being in Detroit politics.
Wait.
Listen, bro. I'm talking to him. I ain't talking to you.
Hey, yo, bro, let me talk to Dogface, bro. Listen, although the thing wasn't public knowledge,
right?
With 42 Doug and the issue you had with what I said about BG, did I tell a lie about BG?
Yeah,
or did I produce the paperwork?
You listen. The whole convoluted process about
did I produce the work?
Wait a minute, bro. You can't out-talk me, bro. The whole convoluted process about how you went about trying to expose BG with going to 1090 Jake and Birdman telling you to sick him and all that other kind of
slow down, stop right there. Dogface. 1090 didn't give me no work.
I didn't say
Birdman
he
didn't tell me that this is your
I didn't say 1090 gave you no work.
Listen, Dogface. You do know on the 100 side of Clubhouse, I got 38 spies. And all they do is get 2 of them is on stage.
What you showing that for? Hold on, stop right free fast. What you showing that for? Yeah, I said what I said. I'm standing on what I said.
Hold on.
Now what? Dog putting a picture on the phone like I said what the
don't stop what he's saying, bro.
We having a conversation.
And what you don't know, young man, is that I just had a conversation with Wack and Loose Cannon for 2 hours where we discussed all the differences that we had. So what the fuck is you talking about? You trying to be slick, nigga?
Be an OG, you gotta stop getting emotional.
No, I ain't emotional. I'm not emotional.
Dogface, Wack is having a conversation. Fuck it up, everything else. Look. So, did I, regardless of where I got it from, did I not produce the paperwork on BG?
He muted.
You muted. Yo, Dogface, you muted.
You muted. Yeah, hit the button.
You muted.
He's still talking.
Hey, blood, we can't hear you.
Dogface.
Blood, we can't hear you.
Muted.
I'm muted, bro.
Wait, sweetheart.
You muted.
I'm muted.
I'm not muted.
No, you've been muted. You've been muted.
I didn't do it.
It don't matter. Listen.
Don't get excited and say I muted myself when I'm talking. I'm in a full
telling you
not muted myself.
Face. Listen.
So wait a minute. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Listen. First of all,
bro.
Wait. Me and you having the conversation. Me and you having the conversation. That's me and you. So when Dog comes in like a girl he is.
No, listen, we're not doing that. Listen, all right, that's cool.
Me and you talking.
Dogface, listen.
He doing this whole shit like that.
No, Dogface. Okay, we passed that. Listen to me. The people in the chat, we got obligation to have a conversation for. I'm asking you, regardless of where I got the paperwork from, whatever, did I not produce the paperwork of BG giving statements?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when it comes to 42 Doug
although you feel like whack, that wasn't shit the world was privy to. I didn't tell no lies on the young man about the situation, right?
Yeah, right. Facts. Can I talk? It wasn't about you reached out to me and wanted to talk to me. We had a conversation about 2 weeks ago. In the conversation, we had a conversation amongst men, me, you, and Lucas, right? We talked for 2 hours, and then 2 hours. And then 2 hours.
Calm down, bro. We just having a conversation.
I'm from Detroit, my nigga. It's my nature. I'm a hype nigga.
I know, but calm down.
Here's the whole thing is, in the conversation that we had for 2 hours, we talked as men. Luke's basically, he didn't mediate it, but he sat there as a middleman and kind of like help guide the conversation. You asked me the same questions you asking me right now. So when you talk about,
here's what's going on, Dogface.
When you talk about somebody being disingenuous, when you talk about somebody trying to line a motherfucker up,
No, we're not trying to line you up.
Did we have a conversation 2 weeks ago where we discussed
that's why you on my stage. Listen, you're on my stage.
And we
because
resolved
had a
it, right? Or
conversation.
no?
But watch this, Dogface.
I'm listening.
Here goes the thing that a lot of motherfuckers do.
Tell me about it.
They do a lot of this to the world.
I ain't know. Hey, listen, bro. Me and you, it's like politics.
The people deserve the right. Just as you said the other
put your hands on me
to hear the other things,
Hey, listen, bro. Let me tell you a story, something that you didn't know. After me and you had that conversation about the BG shit, yo, artist Blueface was in Atlanta. Me and him was in Onyx together. He was sitting there with 2 people, and I was in there with my whole squad from Detroit. I looked at him. Well, but here's the point. I'm not trying to say anything incendiary, but I'm just simply saying is.
I mean, because
that's what it sounded like. I'm gonna tell you what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, after me and you had those words, your artist walked into Onyx when I'm sitting there with my whole crew. I didn't think one time about trying to do anything or say anything
that ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about.
Because the nature of a nigga having a disagreement on social media, the nature of a nigga having a disagreement on YouTube, that ain't no life shit. Nigga, you ain't did shit nobody.
Listen to me. So bro, this is what I'm trying to understand. Bro.
I'm listening.
Bro, the people is listening.
Yeah.
Your whole disposition was, I had a problem with Wack said BG was a snitch. I had a problem with Wack said about 42 Doug. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. So people saying Wack, Dogface saying you lying about this, lying about that.
I'm seeing
Did I not provide the paperwork on BG?
Hey, listen, you put up paperwork on BG. You told the story about 42 Doug. 42 Doug is, you know him? I know him.
Did I lie?
No, I didn't say you lied. What I said was, why are you telling a story about something that the general public did not know about?
Okay, so can I answer your question?
2 groups of guys to
Can I answer your question?
You said that somebody asked you a question, and my response was, you said somebody asked me a question about that, and then Offset and Doug had some internal words that kind of like sparked it back up, and I said, but damn, Wack, if you bringing up a story about something where you know what transpired after all the motherfucking snatch pockets, dice shooting shit, why would you bring it back up knowing you have a big voice? You got a
let me tell you why I brought it back up.
All you're going to do is just incite 2 groups of motherfuckers.
Hold on, so let me tell you why I brought it back up.
And then and she was dead.
Listen, let me tell you why I brought it back up.
True or not, though?
When one side of it starts to water down what really happened, and the other side say, you was there, can you speak on this? Whether it's in favor of either side, I'm going to speak on it, right? I spoke on it. Wait. I spoke on what was real because I chose to, right? Although you may feel like
you told me, bro. You told me you spoke on it because somebody asked you to speak on it, and I said, what was my response?
Don't your response really didn't.
What was my response, bro?
Right?
What's my response?
Now I'm gonna tell you why you was mad, Dogface.
No, you can't tell me why I was mad, bro.
No, if 42 Doug would have been the
aggressor, thing.
Bro, if 42 Doug would have been the aggressor, you wouldn't have had a problem with it.
If 42 Doug had said what now?
If 42 would have been the aggressor in that, you would have had a problem with it.
No, listen, bro. When you
42 would have been the one that hit Offset them out.
Now you trying to speak to me? That's not true.
What's not true?
You trying to tell me the level of what I would have had a problem with based on circumstances that don't.
So you would have had a problem with me speaking on Offset?
I don't know Offset. I don't give a fuck about
That's
Offset.
My point.
I don't give a fuck about Offset.
Wack
So
been
look,
speaking
that's
on
my
shit.
point.
Why you
So
surprised
now,
about that?
Hold on. You got a problem because I
Yeah, it seemed like why he tripping. Why does dude care now? I think he's just trying to get some clout, honestly. Let's check out Street TV.
Were you recently injured in a car accident? Look at this check for $160,000. If you're looking to get money you owed for an injury,
Damn, they got us, man. If y'all out there, hit that like and subscribe, but we bypass these ads. Let's skip that. Let's get into it, man. Jay-Z case not dismissed.
And however they pick which jury you're on right now is somewhat random, and we apply our expertise to the issues.
Good thought, bro. I'm on the fence with that shit though, cause I don't know.
I mean, that doesn't always benefit the criminal.
That might be crazy.
But I think it would be more fair overall.
Yeah, but people like O.J. Simpson would have probably been found guilty under a professional jury, right?
I mean, you more familiar with the details of that case than I am, or he is.
Evidently, it was a rap fan and a black on that jury that was like, if the glove don't fit, you must have fit. Like, oh, that was dope. And then like,
God, I think Young Thug had the same type of influence over that judge. And then when I just seen him on that jail phone with Devin Haney's wife, it kind of
it wasn't no influence on the judge. Hell no. It was just poorly put together, the case. Like,
bro, if you hear how sweetly that judge announced that sentence and all that, it sounded like she was sitting on something.
But it's the third judge.
But she called him John Lennon.
I never listened to the phone call with, was it Devin Haney's wife?
Yeah.
How did that go real quickly?
Bro, this Young Thug looked like somebody born in the projects, eat hot Cheetos, ain't never had a dollar, ashy, dark, black, the typical ugly, and this fine ass, fair skin, straight hair, sedity looking broad. He's in jail, begging him. He like,
that ain't surprising.
Get on, beat it. Like, basically, that's like, I'm cool.
Is she still the wife of Devin Haney, the boxer?
She wasn't at this moment. She became his wife since then.
Oh, okay. She wasn't the wife.
No.
Okay.
But the footage leaked after Young Thug beat this case, and he chose to respond and say like, "Oh, that's just sis. That's my twin. But if I want that little shit, I can have it right now if I want it."
Hey, them jail authorities are cold for publicizing that phone call.
Yeah. But Devin Haney kind of deserved it. He's suing Ryan Garcia with all that weenie shit. He need to go through some more embarrassment.
What if Ryan Garcia was definitely on some sort of performance-enhancing drug?
Then Ryan Garcia will be fitting right into the culture of the industry that he's fighting in.
Yeah, but he tested positive, which is against.
It's not just black and white. He tested positive. No.
You don't think so?
No, because I'm not an expert on the subject, but I remember when it was more fresh in my mind, there's like percentages and different ingredients that he didn't just test for like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to cheat and beat you. There's even
tested positive very different.
It's controversy that someone else even could have done it, like how you can somebody channel off by buying.
You're talking about tainted supplements. You could take a supplement that might not be on the banned list, but it could have an ingredient that is on the banned list for the what is it? The USADA. United States Doping Agency. Man, I don't know. Either way, Devin Haney took a beating from Ryan Garcia, whether he was on substances or not. Devin Haney took a beating, and I don't think you come back from that. Like, I just don't think that.
Viewers that they don't want. They're saying that it's very possible whatever he had in the system could not even be
somebody put it in the system.
Like someone put it in a sandwich or put it in his smoothie.
But all that came up in a legitimate debate about this issue.
Well, how he got it in the system is irrelevant to me. If you had something in your system that gave you the edge,
right,
and you dropped a dude that has never been dropped before, right. Devin Haney has no blemishes on his, and then this guy Ryan Garcia just manhandled.
Mike Tyson should have sued Buster Douglas then.
No, Mike Tyson did not train.
He had never been dropped, though. You got to stick to your logic.
I know, but Mike Tyson.
We don't know what Devin had not been doing that he's used to doing.
Devin came in there sharp.
We haven't seen what he was doing behind the scenes, bro.
East Side native Harry Tillman whooped him out.
Yeah, he did.
Henry
Tillman did.
Straight off the East Side.
Buster?
No, Mike Tyson.
Harry Tillman.
Henry Tillman.
But no, he said never been dropped. That was when we bring on Mike Tyson because Buster Douglas was the first to drop him.
What did Harry Tillman do to him?
Yeah, but that was during the amateurs.
Okay, that was like Olympics.
So
right?
professionally, Buster Douglas is the first one to drop him.
And he dropped Haney, ugly, nasty, dirty. What you say, delirious? He got him good. That's why I know that was.
So you either think Ryan Garcia is very skilled, or he was on something.
No, he's saying he wasn't.
I believe that
he said somebody
whatever may have been in the system,
somebody put it on his
not
side.
a unique situation that's not commonly going on. I don't think he did some real this performance enhancement is a broad word these days, bro.
Man, if he is positive, he cheated.
Nah,
yeah, he cheated.
I can't agree with that. But he whooped his ass in fine fashion, and it's on camera. And it's not like, I don't know, bro.
If he tested positive, he cheated.
Well, you might be right. I still never seen. It's like Drake suing Kendrick. Like,
no, that's different.
They say the same thing. You
cheated. Convinced me with the Drake shit.
But Drake was saying you cheated though.
But if he tested positive, you cheated.
Yeah, I mean we got guys not in the Hall of Fame because of that in baseball.
But what did he test positive for?
We got to double back on that next week.
Why did he get a year suspension versus an expulsion from the pro?
This home of the fact checking.
I don't think boxing will permanently.
That might be the new fact check. Is a good title.
No, boxing doesn't permanently ban you for
nothing.
For PDAs.
Oh, okay.
Or what is it? No, what is it called?
Public performance enhancement.
Performance enhancing drugs. PEDs. You don't get a ban for PEDs in boxing, a lifetime ban.
But we would hang our hats on the fact that
track and field will ban you for life.
But this PED caused this undroppable fighter to get beat to a pulp, and it's like it should be worse in that sport than in track and field.
You know what? If Ryan Garcia is that good, then I will accept it. I will accept. Hey, Devin Haney, you met your match. I think Devin Haney is better than what he looked in that ring, and I don't think Ryan Garcia is as good as he looked.
So what is the advantage you think he gained by taking it? Strength, speed, skill? What was it?
All of it.
Whatever. Yeah, a little bit of all of the above. How about that?
All that in the word.
Hold on. You think if somebody hit a Sherm stick, I want to fight him after that?
Oh yeah, you definitely know that when you're on Sherm, that's a guy that is going to fight harder.
He going to fight
stronger and stronger.
And I feel nothing.
A lot less skill though.
And it takes. I saw some
a lot less skill and speed, y'all. You can whoop a Sherm head.
Hey, you ever seen the police try to?
You don't feel nothing.
You ever seen the police LAPD try to put a Sherm head in handcuffs?
No,
take like 4 or 5 cops.
No, y'all, no.
strong.
No, when I was in elementary, they showed us the videos of niggas on PCP.
That's what I meant. PCP.
That's what Sherm is.
No, it's a derivative. It's not the same thing.
It kind of is. That's a technical term.
I gang banged all my life with Sherm heads, bro. Not with PCP addicts. It's a different effect.
But it still gives you an enhancement.
It gets you stuck on that wet, bro.
It gives you an enhancement.
All right.
You've seen police officers having a tough time taking a dude into custody.
Off PCP in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah. That
Sherm leaves you less capable of handling and defending yourself the Sherm that I grew up around.
They relatives.
They are, definitely.
All right, we're going to have this debate another day.
But ain't nobody walking around in the ghetto saying, smoke a stick. We smoke sticks. He gets to them. He's the man. You can't fuck with him. That's never been a thing.
I used to hear when Tookie used to smoke them sticks, he used to be benching like
going back to the 70s PCP.
But what's the difference between smoking a stick in 1975 and smoking a stick in 2000?
We're going to have to find somebody that can answer that, bro. I ain't going to be the expert.
I thought PCP was the literal term for Sherm. Sherm was the
I had thought the same thing. Me and Munchie might be wrong.
But no, I'm not debating y'all.
Okay.
But I know it's all in the same family, but it's obvious. This Sherm that I grew up hanging around as a teenager up to adult is not the same PCP that they used to come show us on these where with a nigga breaking handcuffs. It's not the same drug.
Okay, basically all drugs change. Weed ain't what it used to be. E-pills ain't what they used to be. Insurance. So basically, you saying, basically that's what basically.
And a lot of people were upset that they suspended Sha'Carri Richardson, the 100-meter track star, for being weed positive.
Yeah, Michael Phelps type shit.
But I understand why the track association suspended her.
Why?
Because weed, it doesn't give you any advantage racing at all.
Weed's like a recovery. It'll help for your recovery, stress, all that shit. But it's still a performance enhancer. But I think they should just let them do anything. If they want to smoke crack, they should let them smoke crack and then play baseball or whatever, play football. The NFL should let them all just do steroids and smoke crack. Like, fuck it. I want to see that. I'll watch that every Sunday.
But you know what weed can
before I watch the NFL
do for the track star while they're right there at the gate? No, while they're coming out the blocks.
Make you more comfortable, calm?
Make you more calm coming out those blocks.
Like you're not antsy jumping the gun.
Yeah. It gives you an advantage, not a speed advantage. It relaxes you out those blocks. Boom, you out of there. When that gun goes off.
Boy,
I understand that.
No,
and if you're competing against a Sha'Carri Richardson, you don't want her to have that advantage.
Did you hear that expressed by the committee, or that's just your personal assessment?
I've heard that in track conversations. I don't know why the committee. The committee suspended her because she tested positive for weed.
Based on what? Why is it?
Alex is saying
based on the what you're discussing.
Well, we know for a fact weed does not make you faster. So then, why is weed illegal in track and field?
This is a drug.
No, it can enhance your recovery training. It can enhance all kinds of focus, mental focus. Yeah, stress levels down.
Look, man.
Yeah, now if you're just going to speculate, I can come up with a number of reasons that could be perhaps.
I will find the scientific.
That's what I'm interested in.
Article that covers why weed is illegal in track and field. It's illegal in boxing too. Mike Tyson got a no contest when he knocked out Galata.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, weed has been illegal in general for a long time.
Drugs is illegal, so that's a drug. So across the board, like y'all trying to make differentiate drugs. So.
But we're talking about when you're in competitive sports,
right?
I think it gives you an advantage.
It's crazy because every other scientific field that study drugs and gives recommendations says it prohibits you from performing at your best.
But drugs is not allowed.
Why you keep calling it drugs?
All
right, comes out the ground of the plant, bro.
Drugs, cocaine come from a plant.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it do.
It comes from a leaf. Yeah.
But weed
plant,
is
leaf,
a plant.
same shit.
But weed is a plant.
Yeah. So what you mean? You just
have to take the coca plant and put it through a process and add other things in order to get cocaine.
You could actually chew on the leaf and get high.
That doesn't make the leaf cocaine.
You can chew on a coca leaf. Well, it's not cocaine, but
that's all I was saying, bro. I know you can chew on a leaf.
Yeah, that's what those South Americans do. They chew on them leaves.
They also put them in.
Hey, Munchie, I don't think he liked the homie. I mean, I'm not lying. I mean, I don't know. I'm not. Munchie just he just debating it all. He don't like Spider Loke's answers.
Shoes and to numb their feet when they have to work long hours.
All right. YNW Melly's second trial, which Spider says is unfair, will resume sometime in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And that concludes another episode of Straight Politicking.
Jeter.
Hell yeah. Shout out Street TV, man.
Disclaimer. Everything in this video is taken from public sources. /Traplaw Ross if you want uncut, extended, and early versions of my best videos. In 2020, Leading pioneers of drill music, the violent modern incarnation of gangster rap, over the course of his 14-year career, he'd released a series of mixtapes and albums that cemented his place as one of the most influential and impactful gangster rappers in history, and earning him the nickname The Voice.
Wow, 14 years, bro? That's a lot. Well, Dirk he really that guy, huh?
Over those years, he racked up 4 Grammy nominations, finally winning one in 2024 for his inspirational hit song All My Life with fellow rap megastar J. Cole. The song went double platinum, selling 2 million copies by the end of 2023, an uplifting anthem for the streets. It included an infectious hook where Dirk claimed that all his life, people had been trying to hold him down. He rapped that they never thought he would make it out, but they couldn't take him, and they couldn't break him. In his verse, he admonished the media for calling him a menace and using his past against him. He rapped about sitting down with the mayor of Chicago and politicians in an effort to change his image. Dirk had presented himself as a misunderstood and falsely persecuted artist who was trying to provide a positive message to the downtrodden community he'd emerged from. But it would turn out that this may well have been one big facade, as the world would soon find out the dark reality behind Dirk's music is much worse.
Hey, this edit is hard, bro. Shout out Trap Lord Ross. Damn, that fucking quality of the photo is crazy. Bro, look, you can see his, like, pores and shit. That's crazy. This edit's fire.
Anyone could have ever imagined. As on October the
Trap Lord Ross, man.
24th, 2024, rap fans around the world would get news of a bombshell allegation as federal prosecutors would announce that they had charged 5 people connected to Lil Durk's OTF record label and rap group with the murder of a young man named Savia Robinson, aka Lil Pab, the cousin of rival rapper Quando Rondo, who had been brutally shot to death 2 years earlier at a gas station in Los Angeles. With Pab's death and the chilling aftermath caught on camera and broadcast on the news for the whole world to see.
New details tonight in a deadly shooting near the Beverly Center. We've learned the victim is a friend of rapper Quando Rondo. Video from the scene appears to show Quando Rondo distraught while first responders moved the body. So far, no arrests have been made.
It all started at this mobile gas station at 5:30 Friday evening. LAPD says witnesses heard multiple gunshots, then watched a couple cars zoom off. 3 people in 1 car shot at this black Cadillac Escalade. It's unclear if those inside shot back. Deputies found it peppered with bullet holes and a shattered window. 1 man inside, a member of Rondo's entourage, had been shot. The 23-year-old was taken to the hospital where he died. A scene left with remnants of the fight, shoes left in the street, doors flung open. Shots fired, a fight taken to the streets in this chaotic scene, the ending of a shooting that started in Los Angeles, California. Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV. Savannah rapper Quando Rondo, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
The details and footage of this disturbing murder would be seen and read all around the world. But not only was it a brutal hit, carried out in broad daylight with no regards for the safety of the public, but it took place next to one of the most popular tourist attractions in the city, the Beverly Center shopping mall. A brazen murder that ironically bared the hallmarks of a similar murder carried out in Chicago 2 years prior, where other rap rival of Lil Durk's, FBG Duck, was gunned down by a group of 6 men, with that crime also being caught on surveillance footage in its entirety. Once again in broad daylight in a busy tourist hotspot, a high-end fashion district, with the murder happening right outside the Dolce & Gabbana store.
Well, Rob, Chicago police tell me that these 3 victims were targeted, that 4 men in 2 different vehicles came down Oak Street, stopped right here in the middle, and started firing. Lights, sirens, and crime scene tape taking over one of Chicago's most notable streets. Word is spreading on social media that the 26-year-old man pronounced dead is a well-known Chicago rapper.
To see this happen in the middle of the day is very, very disturbing.
And just like in the murder of Lil Pab, FBG Duck was left to die in the middle of the street, traumatizing innocent members of the public, one of whom was even hit in the crossfire.
Hey, y'all, what's going on? I'm here. I'm in the Gold Coast. I'm in the Gold Coast right now. And, man, I was just riding my bike, y'all. I'm just riding my bike. Man. They shot FBG Duck, man. I don't know who shot him, man. I just ran into this, y'all. Man.
But interestingly, all of the men who were involved in the murder of FBG Duck were found guilty of murder, despite the fact that for over a year while the case was being built, they seemingly ran free, expecting no consequences and incriminating themselves extensively. Some of those people involved in the murder were dead by the time the FBI swooped in and delivered justice, and many of those involved were close friends of Lil Durk himself. One of those convicted, Marcus Smart, known in the streets and on songs as Moo-Wop, was a very close friend of Durk's, even being seen on flights with Durk, flexing wads of cash shortly before his arrest and posing for pictures, calling himself Gangster Killer.
Hello. What that is? I gotta get on live. What that is? You got the most views. Let's see that. You got the most views. It's yours.
Gangsta Killer. Check him out. Gangsta Killer.
All of this isn't a good look for Durk, but the most important piece of the puzzle is another infamous figure in the Chicago gangland, as well as its buzzing drill music scene, infamous Black Disciple member and apparent leader of the O-Block faction of the gang, King Von. Allegedly, Von had orchestrated the murder of Duck and put a six-figure bounty on his head prior to the murder, but this wasn't Von's first time taking a life in Chicago. Von had allegedly...
Oh yeah, he made that 4-hour documentary about Lil Von too. King Von. That part, yeah. Bro said I fell asleep 20 minutes in, woke up hours later, and Dirk was still killing people. Yeah. That's crazy, man.
Killed 7 people in the gang war between the Black Disciples and the Gangster Disciples in Chicago, something that I broke down in detail in a 3-hour documentary on my channel where I actually argued that he indeed met the FBI's definition of a serial killer. Somehow, Von always managed to evade justice, either beating his murder charges in court due to lack of evidence or not being charged at all due to the fact that his murders were usually committed in the dead of night in the slums of Southside Chicago, rather than the broad daylight assassinations that his friends would later carry out in front of the public. King Von was one of Lil Durk's best friends, and when Von beat his last murder charge at the end of 2017, he decided to follow in Lil Durk's footsteps, becoming a drill rapper too, and openly rapping about the many murders he'd allegedly committed. Von's raps, openly bragging about real murders he'd apparently committed, made him a star in drill music, and with Lil Durk's help and guidance, he quickly became the most buzzing gangster rapper in drill music. But in his heart, Von was still a violent thug, and his tendencies to commit brazen violence would begin to impact Durk's career. In 2019, Von and Durk, along with 2 other people, would be accused of attempted murder and armed robbery, with the 2 appearing in court together.
Case against a rapper accused in a shooting outside of the Varsity will move forward. Today, Lil Durk appeared in court where a judge ruled there was enough evidence for him to go to trial. On Friday, detectives from Atlanta and Chicago testified in the criminal case against rapper Lil Durk in Fulton County Court. They say around 5 in the morning on February 5th, Lil Durk, whose real name is Dirk Banks, and his co-defendant, Devon Bennett, were seen on camera involved in shooting Alexander Witherspoon, a person police say they knew.
They were hanging out. They went to a studio to make music.
The rapper and Bennett listened to the evidence against them in court. Police told the judge later that night the victim, Banks, Bennett, and others went to a nightclub, a gas station, and ended up in the parking lot of the Varsity. That's when Witherspoon said he was robbed and shot.
Interestingly, Durk looked stressed and nervous in court, while Von looked comfortable and in a familiar domain. Durk and Von would refer to themselves over the years as the Evil Twins, and in one song titled Evil Twins, they referred to themselves as that and went back and forth, repeating, "If you do it, I'ma do it," even saying go hop out the car and do it. Clearly Von was a dark and negative...
Bruh, what the fuck? That's crazy, bruh. That is wild.
Influence on Lil Durk and his career. Von was in the habit of doing real crimes and rapping about them in his music without a care for who heard it. And if Von did it, then Durk would begin doing it too. But unfortunately for the Evil Twins, Von would suddenly die in November 2020 after launching an unprovoked beating on the rapper Quando Rondo in front of an Atlanta hookah lounge. Sometimes in life, every action has a reaction, and the reaction from this beating resulted in one of Quando's friends, Lil Tim, jumping out of the car, opening fire, and killing King Von. Ironically, Von, the demonic killer turned rapper who had seemingly murdered 7 people in Chicago and got away with it, ended up getting shot dead after starting a fistfight with a rapper rather than in a shootout with gangsters. His feud with Quando Rondo started on the internet rather than in the streets, off the back of a back and forth with Quando's friend and label mate NBA Youngboy, who seemingly didn't want to proceed with a collaboration with King Von. This was followed by a petty back and forth where Von took pictures with the mother of Youngboy's child. Von essentially died over nothing more than an internet back and forth with a rapper, turned fight, turned self-defense shootout. And in the end, he was no longer here to face the music for the murders that he'd done and arranged. But after King Von died, Lil Durk was still running free. And interestingly, after Von's death, Durk was able to make a maneuver and have the attempted murder and armed robbery charges he caught with Von miraculously dropped. The sudden and tragic death of King Von meant that Lil Durk had a second chance to escape the cycle of violence and focus on his music career. But despite his promising rap career, it would seem that the death of his evil twin, King Von, consumed Lil Durk. And in the midst of the killing of one of Chicago's most dangerous rappers, who seemingly always got revenge for any of his friends that were killed, a dark trend would emerge, where fans would goad Lil Durk, begging him to get revenge or slide for Von, with rival rappers like 6ix9ine even mocking Durk openly and asking why he hasn't avenged his friend, ultimately showing off the infamous text that said "slide for Von" in blood in the music video for his song Gine, and rapping that his friend got shot and he just made music about it, taunting Durk, telling him to get a gun and go and get some get back, and saying that he knew he wouldn't ride out and get revenge for his friend on his own. Clearly, all of this trolling struck a nerve with Lil Durk, and not only did Durk lose Von, but over the years, he's lost over 30 friends to street violence, up to the point where fans have speculated that he's actually cursed, as I broke down in another video on the topic. And not only did Lil Durk lose Von in 2020, but in 2021, his beloved blood brother...
30 people and his brother? Bruh, this motherfucker... Bro, Durk, he might. This is normal. This is normal.
Thang was also murdered at a Chicago nightclub in another incident that was seemingly gang-related. Now, just being completely honest, I can't imagine being in that situation. I haven't lost a friend or relative to murder the same way that Durk has, and who knows how the average person would react under this sort of pressure and grief. But ultimately, Lil Durk should have focused on his music career, the success that he was having, and continuing to provide for his family and the people who relied on him. But it would seem that his apparent desire to slide and get revenge was actually stronger than his desire to chase money, success, and security for his loved ones. As he famously rapped on the song Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy with Babyface Ray, he would rather get revenge than get millions. And he would seemingly know his fate long before the murders happened when he rapped on his song Redman that when people ask him where he think he'll be in 10 years, he replies, in federal custody. Ultimately, 2 years after Lil Pab was murdered, the indictment would claim in black and white that this murder was allegedly a get-back for the killing of King Von. But this wasn't a surprise to anyone who'd been paying attention, as within months of the murder of Lil Pab, Lil Durk and others close to him would begin to claim openly in music and on podcasts that Lil Durk had indeed slid for Von.
Oh, they did something. Oh, slide for him, slide for him. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Slide for Von, right? Yeah.
You talking about the slide for Von comments? Still, I don't know if people still say it.
They say you can't say that no more.
Why? Oh yeah, cause of no.
No reason I just don't see comments no more. Comments no more. Still.
Von, right? Yeah.
You talking about the slide for Von comments? Still, I don't know if people still say it.
They say you can't say that no more.
Why? Oh yeah, cause of no.
Reason I just don't see comments no more. Some odd reason. I don't know.
Bro, they're using all that in court. Like, you can't just... Bro. He just told on himself. That's self-snitching right there.
Might be the order.
You can't.
Might be the order. Some odd reason. I don't know. Might be the order.
You can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FBG Cash? Oh.
Yeah, though. We different in the rack. Nah, cause Lil Pop.
I feel like you troll up. No?
I'll never troll him.
He got beat up too. He yelled already. So you're not condoning your violence. What? Everybody you telling me about don't matter.
But it wasn't just interviews. In fact, just 4 months after the murder, Lil Durk and his OTF rap collective and label released a project titled Loyal Bros 2. And while many people missed it at the time, this entire project was wall-to-wall with jaw-dropping self-incrimination, not just from Durk, but his friends and label mates. In fact, when the indictment dropped, reports would soon begin to spread of an unidentified co-conspirator who had allegedly organized this murder and offered lucrative music opportunities to the other suspects. It could very well be the case that Lil Durk had actually offered his subordinates verses and feature opportunities in exchange for carrying out real murders. Unfortunately now, Lil Durk is charged with murder for hire in the case of Lil Pab, but the dark truth is, this very well may just be the tip of the iceberg. And ever since the paperwork dropped, there's been intense speculation as to whether this was a one-off incident or had Durk actually spent several years using his power, status, and money to have numerous enemies murdered before rapping about it in front of the whole world for everyone to hear. The fact is, there's a total of 6 high-profile murders that Lil Durk is rumored to have orchestrated. So today, we're going to be taking a closer look at those cases to try and work out once and for all whether Lil Durk was really the mastermind behind this series of gruesome murders.
Damn.
Chicago, Illinois, man. Lil Durk, Inglewood area, whole city, man. I said we out here rapping, doing our thing. I got big buzz, man, trying to stay tuned, get rich. I'm just a young 17 years old.
Tell me a little bit about Inglewood.
You know, about now, with all the murders and all that happening right now.
I mean, Newski. They left us right here. One of the other interviews, you said that your dad was caught with like $8 million, 6 bricks.
Yeah. That's why I want to be just like.
So, Durk Banks, also known as Lil Durk. It brings me great honor and pleasure as the mayor of the village of Broadview to present this key.
What made you want to sign him?
Mom.
You got a name.
King Von,
King Von.
K-I-N-G.
What made you want to sign King Von?
Because he got a whole story behind it.
And so on behalf of the village of Broadview, we are honored to present this key to the city, to Durk Banks Neighborhood Heroes. This key is a token of our appreciation for your collaboration and partnership.
On the road again, back on the road again. We catch you, you through. We catch you, you through.
Mr. Rapper accused in a shooting outside of the varsity will move forward. Today, Little Durk appeared in court where a judge ruled there was enough evidence for him to go to trial.
I have nothing to add. Duck was a threat, gang, with the music, for real, for real. He's gonna be a problem inside this industry for us. We're gonna be forced to hit it. We're gonna be forced.
4 men in 2 different vehicles came down Oak Street, stopped right here in the middle, and started firing.
That's a Chicago rapper, man, by the name of FBG Duck. Shot.
Yo, they got 63rd. That's a dirty.
If we into it for real. Like, not no faking to it. If we into it, I don't know. Because they be thinking, yeah, it's a lot of faking to it going on. But if we into it, you say we into it, you better, I swear to God.
Dante Banks was killed when he was shot in the head. Banks is the older brother of locally known rapper Lil Durk.
So we thank you and we honor you and we appreciate you being in the village of Broadview, and here's your key.
Durk was embroiled in some eternal.
Hey, that was the moment that, oh man, once you get the key to the city, it seemed like they take that shit right back the next year.
I need you off of this earth beef. That's different.
Because he won?
Of course. Not only that, he needed the guys who killed his brother off this earth.
Because I forgave my brother killer, but you know, I understand. I understand what y'all going through. And I hope y'all make it out. I hope y'all make it the out, man.
Well-known Chicago area rapper was killed in a drive-by shooting early this morning. He raps under the name FBG Cash.
Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV.
Chicago rapper Lil Durk could be linked to a second murder-for-hire plot. Images of the gunman who shot and killed Stephon Mack in 2022. Grammy Award-winning Chicago rapper Lil Durk is facing new charges in a murder-for-hire plot.
I read. don't know. Might be the water.
You better have your gun for me. Better have your gun for boom. Better have your gun for C. You don't believe me, you gonna see. You gonna end up by that tree.
You know that we did.
If he is convicted, Dirk could spend the rest of his life in prison.
Man, that's interesting. When's his next court date? Lil Durk. Lil Durk. Next court date. Damn, October? So he got to be in there for a year. That's crazy. Oh, man. I mean, at least. Okay, on October 24, Lil Durk was arrested. There has been a significant pushback. On New Year's Eve, the rapper's team agreed to push the proceedings to October 14th instead of their original date of January 7th. Court documents reveal that the government is putting together a discovery including approximately 230 gigabytes of digital evidence and about 20,000 pages of reports concerning murder and other violent acts, photographs, witness statements, and medical documents. The prosecutors also stated that due to the number of defendants involved, it was unreasonable to expect adequate preparation for pretrial proceedings or for the trial itself, and that's why the trial has been delayed by several months. Not everyone is pleased with this update. Dirk's co-defendant, Boogie, who was supposed to appear in court on January 14, is pushing back. Meanwhile, DeAndre Dontrell Wilson is seeking a pre-plea sentence report about the defendant in order to provide context for his case so that a fair and appropriate sentence may be ordered by the court. Dirk was denied bond in December after his attorneys offered $2.3 million in house equity, $1 million in cash from Sony Music, and for him to be under 24-hour surveillance. Judge Donahue said there wasn't a way to reasonably assure the safety of the community and that the rapper had a significant amount of control over others. Despite his legal issues, his delayed album is expected to drop on January 31, and fans are hoping and praying that the rapper can make it back outside. Man, dude's wild. Yeah, we're gonna end it there, man. Hip Hop Heist, like and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. We're gonna get back to it. I gotta go do some real world shit. But I'll be back on later today. Hip Hop Heist, man, like and subscribe, and share this shit. You feel me? We'll keep it going.